Is it live? Are we live? Is it live? Why are none of the... Oh, there we go. Now I see numbers going. Other stroker. Let's see. Brooke went on about Elon Musk for 45 minutes. So I'm just going to skip all that.
Not feel good.
We heard that the other day.
I got Mother Nature problems.
Well,
It physically
excited.
debilitates me. I never know until it happens. And then I'm like, oh God, I can't walk.
Hey, Local Coco.
In pain. I got a migraine.
Local Coco, is Heather ever going to get her shit together? She ever? You know how to live stream again?
I'm throwing up. I haven't been able to eat for 2 days.
That's not true. We've seen her eating. We've seen her eat a lot, actually, on this day.
So, you don't know what's going to happen till it hits you. And then you just got to go through the motions until you feel better. And the older I get, the more debilitating it is. When I was in my 20s, I didn't have these issues. As a matter of fact, I didn't know I had a period until it happened. I'm like, oh, wow.
There's a few new documents updated? I didn't even see that. Let's go check them out.
Oh, there you are. Must be nice, right? Must be nice to just be like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that is the fake account. The CH is the fake account. See y'all. Damn. That is the fake account because the people that follow me, they know what my rules are over here. So that was a fake account. You don't know?
Because they weren't what were the rules? Did he redact something?
No, listen. This is part of the reason I ignore the comments half the time because I have too much enthusiasm about doing the right things and spreading the right words that I just have to ignore it. Because otherwise I'd spend my whole time just entertaining childish behavior, high school behavior, immature, immaturity. And I ain't got time for it. Part of the reason my life looks like this is because I used to have people in my circle that behave that way. I know, surprising, right? But this is why I talk about these things, because everybody deserves security in your friendships and relationships. And if you're not getting that security, loyalty, honesty, and respect,
I'm
then
just
you
getting
probably
everything
need to get
together.
away
Hold
from
on,
that
guys.
person. And
Hold me now.
I
Whoa,
wish
this
somebody
one's
would
pink.
have been on the internet 25, 35 years ago telling me that,
Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to see the new stuff? Da, 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 da. Oops. How am I gonna do this? Hold on. I'll try and get them all in one window here. And then you, Brooke, you gotta get away for a second. So we can look at the new stuff. So, they put in case events for the 23rd and the 25th, which was today, certificate of discovery, and 2 days ago, which is interesting because I thought this would have been, when did they say it happened? When did the Facebook place said it happened on Groundhog Day, but that would have been impossible. Unless I'm forgetting, right? Wow, ooh, new stuff. Yeah, I should title this new stuff. We got new stuff. Oh, also, I was on Twitter on the YouTube creator page. Not for this reason, but just I was just on there. Anyways, super chats are broken apparently, so I would suggest not sending any super chats tonight because they might not go through. So just to save you guys a headache, I'll stream for free tonight. Other than AdSense, I can get AdSense, it's fine. But that's what it says on Twitter. It's like, we're aware that super chats are not working. Blah, 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 blah. So if you have tried to send one, it's not going to show up probably. So I'm sorry. And yeah, don't do that. So at least for today until they fix it. Unless I'm just crazy. So this is from the 23rd. This was 2 days ago. Attorney for defendant is Bruce Lee. So we have confirmation. It's Bruce Lee now, at least paper-wise. We have confirmation. The offense is Bruce Lee makes a general appearance, and the above matters are continued to through to so March 2nd, which that's what the countdown's for. The court countdown. I had to tell my OBS to shut up for a second. See court reporter's notes for more information. Where's the court reporter's notes? We don't have the... Do we have the court reporter's notes? No. Then we got a certificate of discovery, which is the undersigned defendant or attorney for the above referenced defendant certifies that he/she has provided discovery to include one thumb drive containing McMichael high school video. Okay, well, we have that. We all saw that. In addition, defense counsel may review the prosecutor's file at any time except for work product, and any items and evidence may be reviewed by contacting the prosecutor assigned to the case. That's the DA. That's gonna be charging Brooke to schedule an appointment for review. The state requests that the defendant agrees to provide reciprocal discovery in compliance with North Carolina General Statute, blah, blah, blah. The office of Bruce Lee was notified on February 10th that discovery is available to be picked up. So is he's picking up the thumb drive?
Woo! Thanks for the beans. Oh. You're up in my broadcast throwing me beans?
I guess
At Kylie Mikey super chatted $3.53.
That's an old one. Woo! Thanks for the beans. Thank you, Kylie. Thank you for the 5. I was just telling people not to super chat because YouTube was saying super chats were broken on Twitter. They were like, the super chats don't work. So I was like, don't super chat anybody. Well, they work now, guys. So it's all good. Forget what I said 2 minutes ago. Provided discovery. Has been provided discovery. Okay, yeah, so he's grabbing it for her. They could have just looked it online. The video's still up. Where are these the court reporter's notes? Where are they? How do we get those? Do I gotta email somebody for those? I'm about to email someone. Word on the street. Word in the documents. I like the documents better. Word on the street was like Facebook Messenger said they went to the trial, but they posted the update 2 days later, and it was just like, take her word for it. That's word on the street. But they were right, so we're good. I like that it actually says where is it? The actual case date again now. Like the doesn't make me look like I'm crazy. So that's interesting. I'll just see if I can try to get those court notes. I wonder what happened. Well, we will. Sorry, just grabbing the border. I'm just wondering. Imagine the 2nd is actually the last court date. That'd be amazing. I'm not getting my hopes up, but I like seeing stuff being updated. What else was Bruce Lee gonna do with this information?
I might have done things a little differently. I just wanted to...
So what happened? Basically Bruce Lee just got a thumb drive of the video of Brooke threatening all the kids. That's about it. And YouTube lied to me. YouTube said super chats didn't work when they do work, so I don't like all that.
Do good, and I want to continue on the path that I'm on, and I'm grateful that school's going good. I'm grateful that they were able to help me today. And tomorrow, we'll have to go to a whole nother fucking town, handle some more shit. I gotta get on my computer this afternoon, too, and do some other stuff, but I will say that if I...
Their next meeting is going to be interesting. if he waited until now to get it.
Did not have the documentation, and I wasn't responsible with my property.
He seems like a good attorney. He probably has already seen it. But he wants to know what they have, right? Maybe they only have a very small snippet, which would probably work better in their favor than the whole thing. The whole thing, I think, paints a broader picture of how crazy she is. But it's whatever's going to be used in court that Bruce Lee's going to have to do his karate moves, his illegal karate moves to get her out of.
Property, birth certificate, social security card, driver's license, passport, all of my forms of identification. If I did not have the level of responsibility that I currently have, I wouldn't be able to get into school being homeless. They make it impossible, and there are no resources to help you through that. Matter of fact, I've had to go into pretty much every outlet, and I've had to set them down and put a bird in their ear and been like, listen, It's been 20 years. I'm going to need some guidance. You know, so sometimes you just have to ask for help, and you have to let them know, like, listen, I need you to help me help me. You know, like, I need you to help me so I can help myself, because I do not know what the hell is going on. I don't know. And it's nothing wrong with asking for help. Absolutely not. But I
want to make like a super cut of all the times her saying, I don't know what's going on. She said it a lot, at least in this little saga here, the school saga. I don't know what's going on. She really doesn't. Ever.
Flip side of that is if you are going to a university or a college and you walk in and you ask for help and they act like they don't want to help you, girl, you better get your money and run. Get your money and run, girl. Too many damn good colleges in the world to be putting up with that bullshit. And that's what I've been faced with several times throughout my college.
I haven't even noticed that. She's going instead of I don't know. Let's see.
Journey to the point that I just didn't even fucking enroll because nobody would help me. Help myself. How disappointing in society to have the initiative, to want to change, to want to educate yourself, and you go into a university and they're like, oh, we don't know what to do. And so you just give up. And
that Raymond guy listed on Brooke's birth certificate was busted in a theft ring back in the 80s. Per newspaper archives. So before Brooke was born then, I guess, because she was in like the late 80s. A theft ring? What kind of theft ring?
You don't even try.
Was it our boy with the crazy middle name, Donatello or Tom DeLong? I can't remember his middle name off the top of my head. I try not to remember weird information like that, like memorize it. I think that would be weird. It's written down somewhere. I wonder if they were partners in crime.
So this time around, I have not been ashamed. And after semester before last doing classes...
Delano. What a weird name. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that. It's not weird. I like it. It's a cool name. Never heard of it before.
I already kind of knew what was expected, which is why I wanted to do that first round of those 2 classes to see if I could even make it through that and maintain. This is... It's been exciting, but it's also stressful, and it's also... It gives me anxiety about the future. It gives me anxiety about the future. But I will say that the college has been, I would give them a 9 out of 10 experience, and that's the best score that I have for any college that I've visited my entire life. So I think that says a lot.
Wait, she bumped it down? It was 10 out of 10 before. We're down to 9 out of 10? Why did we take away a point?
I would give them a 9 out of 10 experience, and that's the best score that I have for any college that I've visited my entire life. So I think that says a lot about where I'm going and my abilities to...
Not really. I mean, one of the strip clubs you quit and hated and talked shit about, you gave a 10 out of 10. Or 5 out of 5. I don't know, you gave it the highest rating ever. I don't even think you actually worked a night there. It was that crazy ritzy strip club that I can't remember the name of it, but she had dreams and aspirations of always working here one day, and she was like, now I can say I got hired there. Even though she flipped out before you... Do you guys remember what I'm talking about? What the hell strip club was that?
To pick a school that fits for me, and is going to help me and be there for me. Let's not forget that we are paying them. Yes, we're paying them to educate us. But for that tuition, honey, I'm going to need you to actually do your job. You know what I mean? I don't want nothing extra.
What happened to Discord?
I just want you to do your job and help me help myself. So this experience has been, like I said, a 9 out of 10 experience. That's always subject to change. But something that they were talking about today was my school books and my computer. So, you know, they are already on it, honey. Complete, utter opposite from the university that I was talking to about going to pastor school. Well, when do I get a computer? 2 weeks later, still ain't heard nothing back. Class is supposed to start January 13th. Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to missionary school. I guess I'm not going to pastoral school.
Missionary school? Missionary school?
Okay. because I do have an interest in, and you know, I just don't feel like, I feel like I was rushing because it was free. I don't feel like I can control my potty mouth well enough right now to be going to any kind of Christian school. If I'm just being fucking perfectly honest. I try so hard. I try. You know what it is? I heard a psychologist talk about this. People that are actually very intellectually inclined that lack the ability.
She could be training missionaries. She's not going to go out there and be like building churches or anything. That's what missionaries do, right? I'll look this up. I only know about missionaries from The Simpsons.
To express themselves properly, use a lot of cuss words. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Maybe you should have said something.
And then Homer builds that casino.
Other than you stupid motherfucker and you stupid bitch, you know? Maybe my vocabulary would be bigger if I would have heard something outside of that.
Missionary is an individual typically sent by a religious group or church who travels to a specific location to promote their faith, evangelize. I can't pronounce that. Provide humanitarian services like education and healthcare. But they build stuff sometimes, right? Maybe I'm getting them mixed up with someone else.
Ain't it sad? But, you know, when I learn big, beautiful words, I like to use them.
Oh, what's his face? From The Office, Michael Scott, and I think Andy. They were going to go build a school, I think in Mexico, after going to church one time, and then they were like, we can't do this, it's crazy. And then they jumped out of the bus like an hour into the drive.
One of my favorite new words that I learned the other day was benevolent. Learned that out of my Animal Farm book from George Orwell. I've been reading that on and off. Something that I've noticed is that my attention span is that of a ferret on crystal meth, and that's concerning. You know what threw me off is that there's so many damn farm animals. I had to make a list.
Wait, show us this list.
Y'all think I'm joking?
Hey, Rochelle.
There's like 20 different farm animals at the beginning of this book, okay? And I had to make an itemized list of all of the horses, all of the goats, all of, you know, I had to Merle, the white goat, and Benjamin, the donkey. So I got Benjamin, donkey. Merle, goat, white goat. I'm not even joking. I had to go through here and do this just to keep up because my attention span, it's kind of hard for me to keep up with a whole bunch of people. That's one of the reasons I don't have a whole bunch of friends, honey. Less people to keep up with. For instance, there's a boxer.
Is it really that hard? I know. Why am I just trying to remember if I read Animal Farm? I have definitely not read Animal Farm. I'm trying to remember if they like tried to make us read it, and I just used like footnotes to do the book report or anything. I don't even think they made us read it in school. So I'm not familiar with it. Is it really that complicated?
There's so many. It's a whole farm of animals, okay, first of all. Molly, who is a white mare. So I had to go through, and at the very first page, they actually have like 10 or 15 animals. Yes, blue bear, pincher, pigs, dogs, 3 dogs. So when I saw this, I was like, Lord have mercy.
No, someone just gifted her this book. She's like, I can read a book.
2 cart horses, a and clover. Those are the box horses. My attention span. But I'm glad that I started reading this. I've been reading a couple pages every night. And I'm glad I started reading that because that helped me help my advisor today. And I was like, listen, so I need a reading and writing class, but I think I got some disabilities, honey, because, well, I already know I'm dyslexic. But I said I have ADHD, so this is what this does. But I said,
gotta train yourself, I guess. I don't know. If you're reading a book and if you're like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, you gotta go back to the beginning and start over. I don't know how far you got in before you're like, I don't know what's going on, but train yourself. I don't know, man.
That I'm having some attention problems, and I need a reading and writing class, but I need it to be like for a beginner. Not like no 5th grade reading level, sis, but like maybe 12th grade or like pre-college, you know what I mean? Like We need to soften up my edges before we roll me out there, honey, okay? Because I ain't rolling nowhere right now. I'm a fucking square that don't know how to spell, so I ain't going nowhere fast, honey.
But she knows, she has all the tools in her hands. She knows what, like, if she doesn't know a word, she looks it up in her handy-dandy dictionary, and she could get Google to help pronounce it. She doesn't know how to pronounce it. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't understand why we need someone to help her. What's the person gonna do? Like, what is he expecting the person to do?
We're gonna have to round out these edges. So my ass can roll in there someday. But yeah, I mean, she understood me 100%. And I actually told her, I said, yeah, I graduated at 16 years old, got a scholarship, blah, 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 blah. I said, it's not what you think. I said, I received that through the Department of Corrections as part of a No Child Left Behind program. I said, so technically I've not had any schooling in 20 years. I said, and that GED, I was just pushed through school. I said, I wanted to learn, but they wouldn't let me.
What about horticulture and paleontology and sports medicine and all that jazz?
How sad is that? To want to,
Hey, Electra.
to devote yourself, to want to do the work and just not be allowed to. Because the Department of Correction says no.
Huh?
And then look at my life now. I can't even find a fucking job.
What do the Department of Corrections have to do with anything?
This system that we currently have, just to be clear, this is why children's grades are failing. This is why we have the lowest test scores in our nation's history the past 2 years. This is the same program that left me homeless at 30-something years old with no surviving family and not even the tools that she needs to help herself.
What is she talking about right now? The fucking kids who put other kids into comas and break their arms and stuff and have to go away to a detention center to do their schooling? That program failed you in your 30s? What are we fucking talking about right now? Hold on. But yeah, do you guys know? Am I just like... am I just off today?
This is why I talk about these things. Because I'm actually better off educationally than the upcoming generation. Which is wild. They don't even know how to read and write.
I don't know, but I really know about this upcoming generation, but I'm going to assume that they're better off than Brooke. Because Brooke's not in the best position.
It's imperative that we fix our education system. Because it ruined me. It ruined me. It ruined my life. You know, it definitely is the majority of the reason that my life took the path that it did. You know, when you don't have the education, the experience, any of that, then you're going to get, and especially if you're a pretty female, you're going to be more susceptible to sex work. You're going to be
I don't know about this. Like, some people are just born with better hardware than others. I don't think if, like, you taught Brooke in an early age, she would end up being Einstein or anything. You know what I mean? Because people who are really smart, they figure out how to learn through, like, shit schooling. You know what I mean? There's, like, people who become doctors in third world countries who are really fucking smart, and they don't have a good schooling system over there. So what's Brooke's excuse? I don't think we can blame the school system entirely. She at least got her GED. That's I'm sure there's people out there with no GED just fucking roughing it.
getting stuck in an industry. Absolutely. That's your only option. Wait tables or go strip on a pole. Hell, waiting tables, you can't even pay the bills anymore. This is why so many girls have OnlyFans. This is why so many girls are running to do sex work. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I really can't even tell you what I learned in high school. To be honest, I have no idea. I think it's just busy work. Like, we're just gonna put the kids in this fucking place for 6 hours, so they're broken into working in an 8-hour shift. It's just another 2 hours to throw on there. We'll teach them as much as they can. We can let them pick some courses to make them feel like they have some freedom. It's all nonsense. It feels like it's all nonsense. Maybe I learned something. Did I learn anything in science that I didn't know before? It's out. It's a fucking escape my memory now. Like chlorophyll. I'm trying to remember. I'm looking. My brain is showing me like cells in another cell, and it's like there's a word for this. Tell them this word, and I can't remember it. So I didn't learn anything. Social skills. Yes, I really think that I probably learned more social skills in like high school than anything else. I'm pretty sure like all the math that I learned, I'm not using. if I retained any of it.
All you gotta do is apply. All you gotta do is apply for FAFSA. If you apply for financial aid, you'll get financial aid. Unless you make too much money.
Yeah, those are really only two options, zigzag.
Everybody qualifies for financial aid. I want to be single, Anthony. I am. I'm very happy single. Been single for about 4 years now. And, oh, who's paying my way, Jennifer? Please do tell me. As I sat here, 2 truck payments behind and thousands of dollars due in bill. Who's paying my bills? Let me find out. Let me find out. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? I wish I knew how to say your name. Vinstresta. Vinstresta?
Vinstresta.
Girl, you such a fucking hater.
You changed the dates now to February to May?
Bitch, I work my ass off. Go suck a dick. Imagine. Girl, I haven't got a donation. Do you know how long it's been since I got a donation? My last donation was from Michael. And that
Okay, like I'm supposed to know when that was? Just tell us a date.
that's been kind of like, you know, a gift.
That's not a time frame either. Was it 24 hours? Was it a week ago? Like I swear it was yesterday, but whatever. Fucking, what did she even say? Hold on. That was like a gift?
Kind of like, you know, a gift from God. Please don't come back
She's not making any sense today.
to my channel. I wish I could find you and block you permanently because you're a fake fucking friend.
Michael is?
Anyways, you see that? You can live out of your homeless, be literally, my toes are so cold right now because I'm trying to not run gas because, let me show you. Since Jennifer wants to talk about it. We just filled up yesterday.
Okay, we got over half.
And I'm already halfway through again. We just filled up yesterday. And, you know, have to run the truck because it's 23 degrees to stay warm. I just love how I'm literally living out of a car and there's still people that want to come out here and say that I'm doing something wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. Absolutely not. And matter of
You're speaking English wrong because the points you're making don't really make sense today.
fact, YouTube is actually set up to help creators like me if they're trying to help themselves and help other people. And that's why YouTube is so great. But, you know, some people will still... Finesta. Thank you. I was talking about your first name because you're the one that sent me my Animal Farm book, correct? Well, maybe you don't want to be called out like that. I'm sorry. God, I don't know how to do this shit. You know what I mean? I got people that email me and they're like, oh, I'm so-and-so on YouTube. And I'm like, well, why is your name different? That it just doesn't make sense to me. Listen, I just think...
She's right, though. Like, I don't know. It's fucking, yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. Why would I put a different name that's not my name on anything else? Thank you so much. I've been reading it, but
I don't know, Brooke. Maybe because, like, that's not their fucking name. Maybe they have a username on YouTube that isn't their email. But
I had to make an itemized list of animals to keep up with all the animals. Oh, it's such a good book so far. I can just within 2 pages, I could already see how Animal Farm, George Orwell's Animal Farm, I could see how the plot was going to thicken 2 pages in. I could see the frustration in the animals and the way that they wanted kind of like a revolution and they wanted some change in the, you know, their farm. And for those that don't know, it's George Orwell's I think he wrote it in 45. I think it got published in 45 and he wrote it prior, but I could be wrong. Anyways, it's a book about corruption and they teach this in high school, and it's about a farmer who has gotten lazy. He's a drunkard and he doesn't want to take care of his livestock. So the livestock come together and they decide that they want to take over the farm. They want to take over the farm, honey. They want a revolution. So it looks like Orwell was he was born in 03.
How do I know this? What did I see? I've seen something that parodied it. I must have. I think I know the story. The animals kill the farmer, right? And then they just run the farm, but the pigs fuck everything up. Right? That's the gist of it.
But he wrote the book, and he actually has 2 huge hits, 1984 and Animal Farm, which used to be taught in school. These are books that used to be front and center when it came to literature and teaching.
I wonder if Brooke is picturing Randy as the farmer that the animals kill. Do the animals kill him? I swear that the animals kill him. In my mind, they killed him. Maybe he passed away from natural causes. But this is in the thumbnail. She did like a whole little, when is this from? We apparently may not have seen this because Brooke is waking up and talking about Colin Gray, and I don't know who that is, so I probably didn't give a fuck. But this is the video from that.
And of course, my abuser would come and see me in prison. This is my abuser. This is
the guy who got killed in Animal Farm.
This is the man that I met when I was 16, who essentially kidnapped me when I was 17. And as you can see, he's always looked like that. Even since I was 17, that's what he looked like. I was 23 here when he would come to visit me in prison.
See, I thought, I was like, I wonder what she's going to say about him. And the context is, he's always looked like that. Okay? I think he looks way different now than he looks like Mario here.
That's how they keep you. They want you in prison. At least that way they can control your life. And you know what's crazy? I look at that picture now, and that picture wouldn't even have existed if I would have never met him. Ain't that crazy?
That's just think about this for a second. I think you could say this about literally anyone you've taken a picture with. This picture wouldn't exist if I've never met this person. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, because how would you have been able to take the picture together?
It wouldn't even exist if I wouldn't have never met that man. A man that pretty much shitted on his whole family so that he could open up an escort service, okay? Got a divorce so he could go be a whore and profit off of homeless young women's downfalls. It's just pretty sickening.
I mean, we need the email, or not the email. Any email address would be maybe good too. The website. I need the website address. Hostage
People like
situation.
that never get arrested. Why? Why not? I mean, just look.
Anyways, Tiffany's mom found that, so I wanted to share that with you guys. She shows other pictures as well, but we can't get too lost in the weeds. I gotta keep this kind of short because I want to do games tonight. Oh, I gotta do the water temple.
Serious lessons, and that
I just want to show you because I was like, oh, Randy is in Animal Farm in my mind.
Have a huge impact to children. And this is the type of content that has been pulled out of schools that is so imperative for us to learn about. Let's go learn about Lawn Boy. Real book that's in school. Lawnboy. Go give that a read.
I'm gonna have to. She brings it up like all the time.
It's disgusting. So it looks like when was this? Published in 45, so I was right. And then he published 1984 in
It's like 320 pages. It's not that many pages. You probably read it in less than a week.
in 1949. I even put a
Leisurely.
note with your name in there. I said, this is where you got this, date and time. Thank you again. No, my remote, Jeff, it's not, that battery does not come out of there because this is a Silverado.
Lawn Boy. Lawn Boy is a semi-autobiographical coming-of-age novel written by Jonathan Evison. It tells a story of Mike Muniz, a young adult Mexican-American who's faced hardship ever since his childhood and is now going through the phase of self-discovery. And she says that there is bestiality in it. I don't see that anywhere. I was just searching it on the Wikipedia article. Let's see the controversy and censorship. Lawn Boy has regularly been the target of controversy and censorship in the United States because due to its inclusion of LGBT plus content and being sexually explicit. In what sense, though? Brooke thinks that there's bestiality in it for some reason. Blah 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 blah. No. There's a 4th grade teacher talking to a 4th grader about a sexual encounter, which is probably not appropriate. Yeah, no, I don't know anything about this bad bestiality, but we're gonna have to fucking read this stupid book one day.
Listen, when I pulled that apart, I was like, oh shit. But then I saw the battery and I was like, okay, maybe I can change the battery. It's not, I wasn't even supposed to pull that apart. They told me that I might have to, it is a very cool book. You know, he was a police officer. George Orwell was a police officer at one point. And I started taking notes the other day. Hold on. Where's that piece of paper? I wrote it down. And he actually, he believed in active government, but he was alert to the excesses of official power. He knew, AKA, because he worked for the government, he knew how south.
Does she know what AKA stands for?
Things could go. And how quickly things could go bad. And he was aware of that. And that was his inspiration behind these books. And it's about corruption and power. And, yeah, great stuff, man. Great stuff. I just feel like that's what we need front and center in this country. You know, when we were teaching things like that, when that was the literature that was in school, things were a lot different. So, I don't know.
You said your school experience was terrible and that they failed you.
I think that,
So why would we be taking advice from someone who is a product of the failed school system?
I think that he had his affiliations. I think that he made his mistakes, and I think that he was a man just like all of us. And I think that
Brooke, you've read 2 pages of his book. You can't... How much insight could you really taken away into who George Orwell the person is?
I think that he helped the world in a sense by writing these books. I really do. Where is... Oh my God.
Yeah, she used AKA like super wrong.
That said smelly
I
lady.
can't remember how
Sorry.
she did it. Hold on. I'll go back to it. She's just like, she's got the hits going right now. Where are we at? 205. Okay. It was back at 203.
The excesses of official power. He knew, AKA, because he worked for the government.
He knew, also known as, because he worked for the government. That sentence doesn't make fucking sense, so I don't know. She's making me laugh a lot tonight.
Two fake profiles. 3 fake profiles. I don't know why it wouldn't have a real name on there. Like, come on, man.
I'm strong. Also known as I have a huge win.
I guess people does that. Yes, and that is true. More often than not, when you give somebody power, they show you exactly why you shouldn't have given them power. I mean, at least nowadays, they're kind of blatant with it. Look at everybody that's been out here just misbehaving in the United States recently. Look at all of these government officials, sworn in officers of, elected officials, stealing taxpayer money, deferring funds, and blatantly stealing, going out and racking up thousands of dollars. And, that was Houston, Texas. That was the housing authority that stole almost $600,000 from the residents of Houston. And then we got Tiffany Hadley down in Georgia, who was the mayor. Is that Fulton County? Something like that. She screwed everybody over. They literally had to almost like impeach her, almost throw her in jail just to get her out of office because she done changed the locks. She done stole millions of dollars in taxpayer money. Look at Fani Willis, the district attorney of Georgia, that handled the Trump prosecution case. She's flying around the world screwing her lead prosecution witness. They done stole campaign funds. I mean, it's just everywhere you look. It's like they don't even hide anymore. At least back in the day, I feel like they kind of hid it from us. At least Hillary, was over here deleting shit, thinking that she might be searched. They don't even do that no more. They're just out here just blatantly being criminals. And the sad part is most of these people were voted in. Were voted in, honey. After watching
You mean all of them?
Elon do that last night, I'm disappointed. And like I said, I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait till I get more evidence to see how he's gonna behave for the next 4 years. Will I damn put the jury on him? It is. It's very confusing. I just thought he would be, he's smart enough to know better. So it's not like he didn't know.
Yeah, once, what does she have right now? I don't even think she has food stamps. She says she doesn't have food stamps. Something gets cut of hers when Trump is the president. She gets super angry at him. And there was something else too. It was like right at the tail end of her little adventure before she went to jail that pissed her off about him. I can't remember what it was.
Know what he was doing. His facial expression makes it very clear in my mind that he knew what he was.
Oh, I think she finally saw that picture of him and Epstein together. The super fucking old one that's been around forever that everyone's seen. She didn't see that until September of 2025.
Doing because there's anger behind that hand salute, and it's just sad.
It's crazy that that's all it took.
I thought he was more mature.
That picture wasn't even in the Epstein. I mean, maybe it was, but it was definitely out before the files were out.
Than that, and hell, I say that only because it's my belief he did it as some sort of act of defiance or egotistical, look what I can do and won't shit happen. I don't know. And that's only because I believe that. Lord forbid he actually believes in anything that Hitler did. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Nope, not at all, Crystal. You were right about that. Thank you. Hey, I'm glad I'm not the only one being cynical today. Yeah, for real. You're right about that. And especially these...
Yeah, the files weren't out. Like, not even the first drop of the files were out when Brooke was free.
people that have millions of dollars.
Not in jail. I don't know how to say that. Not in jail.
Like,
Before she went to jail. What's wrong with me?
I feel like, for the most part, Trump and Elon, they kind of, I don't know. You would like to say that they relate to you and they understand your struggle, but let's be real. They got millions of dollars. They don't understand it right this minute if they do, and they might.
No, they don't understand it.
they might have had some former life where they experienced poverty and, economic struggles, but they don't currently. And I don't know. Elon has been, this election, his name's been dragged through the mud, and he's been treated like crap, but when you're a political figure, you need to expect for that to happen, honey. Like, did you not prep yourself? Did you not have a mental pep talk this morning in the mirror when you were doing your practice of your salute? Like, you should have knew that they were going to come for you. So for you to get up there and behave like that, even if it is just an act of defiance, it's immature. It shows me that maybe, well, it definitely shows me that I'm glad I didn't put all my eggs in one basket, honey, because never that. But it really shows me how...
I mean, I'm proud of her, kind of. I wasn't expecting that. She really doesn't like it. She's, like, shocked. She can't stop talking about it. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I kind of, like, moved on with life.
Society in the West puts so much faith in these figures, these parasocial relationships, and in all actuality, we don't know these people. We don't know what they believe. Let's not forget that Elon didn't even grow up here. He grew up in fucking South Africa, bruh. We don't know what he believes. I think the majority of people that vote for him or voted for Trump and endorsed Elon in a sense, I think that they would like to believe that he's a good person, he's a good family man that holds some kind of conservative values, and clearly he does because he pulled for Trump. But to get up there and do that, it's disgraceful. And if he would have done that in any other place, clearly everyone but the West, this is front page news right now. So I think we need to keep an eye on him. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We need to keep an eye on Elon because something was definitely off. And, yeah, we need to keep an eye on him. He was always kind of weird to me back in 2014 or 15. I never really liked him. I thought, honestly, I'm not a rich people lover.
What do you mean? She loved him.
I kind of frown down upon that until I figure out what you do with your money. Now, if you over here donating to nonprofits and out here actually handing out food in the streets, then I probably love you to death. Thank you. I'm like, damn,
I guess she loved him when she thought she was going to get free Starlink.
Is this damn, the new Mother Teresa? I don't know. But typically, a lot of rich people I've noticed that I've come in contact with, and when I say rich, I mean multiple properties, multiple businesses. They own hospitals. They own, rich people. So most rich people that I've come in contact with in my life, they absolutely feel, and I've had them tell me this, and I can drop names, one of which was a doctor who owned a whole host of complexes in the Winston-Salem and Greensboro area. He said, I'll never forget this discussion. He said that poor people wanted to be poor. And I said, that's not true. Some people in third world countries, this is crazy because he's from India. Can't make this shit up. His name is Lenny Peters, and he is a billionaire.
Oh, here we go. Fucking Lenny Peters. Poor people want to be poor. I mean, maybe what he's trying to say is people are just, bad with their money. They have no self-discipline. I don't know. He's not here. We can't ask him.
So, anyways, I'll never forget this. He looked at me. I was the budding age of 18, maybe.
I don't know what that is.
And he says, poor people want to be poor, Brooke. And I said, that's not true. There's a lot of people in third world countries, their government controls the wallet, honey. And he's like, no, people have opportunities. It's whether or not they want to fight to do it.
It's kind of true.
How could someone that's from a third world country say
that? Because he came from the third world country and he saw everyone else who just accepted that life is shit get nowhere, and then he was like, you know what, I don't want to live like this, so I'm going to take the few opportunities available and I'm going to get everything I can out of them, and I'm going to make something of myself. That's how he knows.
Say these things. Oh, let me tell you, because he did have opportunities. He did have opportunities, and he did work hard, but he was the exception.
Because he worked hard, yeah.
It was one of those, it's not what you know, but who you know. And he played his cards right in life, and he worked his ass off, and he came to America. He went to uni. He became a doctor. He started opening businesses. To have the American dream and still not fucking understand the concept of the American dream is so baffling to me. Baffling. That was the last time I ever saw that man again, and I never spoke to him again. And that some might say, some perverted, some loose women who were
so, like, wait, what's the American dream to Brooke then? He did do the American dream.
Looking for a sugar daddy relationship might say that I missed that opportunity because I walked away from that man and his millions and my personal chauffeur and my shopping trips. I didn't give a fuck about that, not even at 18. And I look back on that and I'm just like, I made the right decision because I would have never had freedom. I would have never been free. It's crazy to have those opportunities and then to look down on other people in society because they don't have those opportunities and say, oh, well, if they wanted to, they could. No. No. Who flew you here, bruh? When you did that exchange program, and how much was that? You know what I mean? A lot of people in India couldn't afford that. It's thousands of dollars, I'm sure. I know a visa process is somewhere around 10, and you got to have somebody to sponsor you, and you got to know people in states, and listen, it's not an easy process. It was very disturbing to me, and it still is that someone could even feel that way, but that's what rich people think, honey. Even rich people who have struggled. So now I'm concerned about who Elon is. I'll never forget that. And it made me so upset, y'all, I stormed out of there. We was having drinks, and I stormed the fuck up out of there and never looked back. Never looked back. It disturbed me that he would think that. And then here I am, a kid whose mother is dying, and, you know, I'm just trying to make ends meet. I was stripping in the clubs, which is how I even met him.
Okay. Fuck, she's all over the place. I thought she was talking about when she saw Elon do the salute that she got so mad and she stormed out. But she's talking about when the guy said, poor people want to be poor.
One of my friends introduced me to him. She said, oh, girl, he gonna love you, da-da-da-da. And listen, he was very respectful to me. Have no personal problems with how he treated me at the time. But now as an adult, because I was a child then, let me be clear, I was a child. At the time, I don't think I understood the magnitude of what I would be giving over in acceptance of this relationship. But as a grown woman, I'm so glad that in that moment I took the chance to walk away from that man, because that could have been a whole horrible situation in itself. But I see things differently. Like back then, I was so bamboozled and the wool was being pulled over my eyes every time, you know, I was being whisked off to a nice dinner or whisked off to shopping trips, or, you know, I got personal chauffeurs showing up and giving me fucking rides, and you know, I had never experienced that before. But I even then, even at that young age, I knew that a lot of smoke and mirrors, and I knew that my life would not be what I would want it to be, even with that amount of money, access to that amount of money. And, you know, the reality is no man of that status would ever be interested in someone like me of my current status at that time, unless they were trying to control, manipulate, and use. I had nothing to offer him but sex. Do you get it? And I think that I was aware of that. And that was another reason I walked away, because I knew that allowing him to defile my body meant that I would be giving over my power, and there would come a time financially where I would have to be relying upon him. And I did not want that. And then fast forward 8 years, I fell into that because I fell in love with somebody, but they treated me the exact same way that this guy would have treated me if I would have been open to it at the time.
And while we were also kidnapped at the same time by Randy?
To hear someone have the American dream to say that poor people want to be poor and that they simply don't want to take the resources that are out there is bullshit.
He's fucking lazy. He came from a third world country. He comes here and he looks all around. He's like, wow, all these people have insane opportunities that I never had. and they're not doing shit with their lives. They want to be poor. That's the conclusion I would come to too if I were him. Like, what do you want from the guy? Try to see it from his perspective.
It's bullshit.
Just like you think everyone's a stalker and a pervert because you've decided to spend most of your life in strip clubs. Like, it's all about the perspective.
Even down to my college experience, shopping for schools, trying to get help, telling them I don't.
Tessa, thank you for gifting a membership. Welcome, Bear Blasting, to being a good little angel.
Know what I'm doing. I need help. So many schools was like, oh, you'll have to call this department. You'll have to do this. You'll have to do it. And have a fucking attitude. And it's like, whoa, slow down. You gonna make me cry, bruh. It's already hard for me to walk in here and admit that I'm completely ignorant. It's already hard for me to walk in here and fill out this fucking paperwork. And then y'all coming at me sideways, but y'all want my money. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's why I found a school that works for me. I got a school that works for me. Well, y'all, I'm about to run. I hate to be a bore. I hate to be a bore. I mean, I guess I could see how rich people would feel that way because...
There we go. Here we go.
And I'm talking about rich people feeling like poor people don't want to try and implement themselves. What's the word? What's the word when you implement yourself? What's that word when you when you
Is it not implement?
apply? I know a lot of people don't want to apply themselves, so I can understand.
Right, able-bodied people who could do stuff who just don't want to do stuff. This guy grew up in a place where there's probably a guy with 3 fingers and 1 eye making fireworks on the side of the road. He can't really do much else at this point in time in his life, right? Like, he's like 80, and he still has to do that to get by. And then you got like Brooke out here, completely able-bodied, just being like, no one told me how to live my life.
How maybe you're a Nepo
My mom didn't tell me what courses to take.
baby, and you've been, you know, gifted everything in life from your parents, and so you've had an easier life. And then you look out at society, and everyone that is maybe 2 or 3 tiers down from you economically, you don't see that they're applying themselves. Now, I see that shit too, honey, okay? I see both sides. I see that shit too. So I can understand how somebody who's on the left or anyone that's rich could look down on and say, oh, you know, the middle class and the lower class are not trying. I could see how some rich people might think that, okay? Because that's what I be saying when I'm out here bitching about getting this shit done. You know I was the only person in that school today?
What does that mean, Brooke? That everything's online? We should probably just do it online. I really have to pee. She's on a roll. I'll be right back. I'll be listening. You guys be good little angels. Don't do anything I want to do.
So, now, in everybody's defense, classes did start Monday, but they also have a late start this coming Monday. So, you know, and they have more classes coming up in May. So, there should be people in there signing up for school and getting shit done, but I was the only one in there. And I'm kind of grateful for that because it took my anxiety away. But, you know, I do look out and see that people are not applying themselves like they absolutely could. And I could see how rich people could look down on other economic social classes and say, oh, they just don't apply themselves. They want to be poor. I could see that. I could see that. Maybe the weather. You might be right, Anthony. Maybe the weather. Yeah, it is 23 degrees, and typically when it gets this cold here, you just don't see people out and about. And it was supposed to snow, too. And speaking of which, damn it, I reckon y'all can come with me. Y'all. It sucks because I needed to work this week and kind of like put some more content out so that I can actually make some money on YouTube, you know. They like my short form content. And I really want to apply myself this month and see if I can get my content money up because I need funding for school. Financial aid is not going to pay for everything. They pay for books, they pay for my computer, they'll pay for my classes, but they're not going to pay for gas. They're not going to, and shit, I just had to pay for my transcripts this afternoon. When did they start charging me for my transcripts? I don't remember doing that last year, year before last, or in 2014, or ever. I didn't know I had to pay for that. I mean, it's fine. It was just $8, but like, what if I didn't have it? So I just don't get to go to school this semester. Exactly right. Exactly right. That's exactly what that means. And this is why I haven't went back to school. Because it's like, how... But now that I'm monetized on YouTube, you would think that maybe my numbers will go back up. Now that I'm doing good stuff. Not losing my mind. But see, that's why I blew up. Because I was losing my mind. How sad that people want to watch people fail. How sad. But that goes to show that everything I talk about is real, because I talk about how people in society are just not happy with themselves, and it shows, you know. We got more people out here being evil more than ever. We got teenagers beating and killing homeless people. We got teachers assault. Dark. It's dark. And then I get heat because people want to donate to my channel for gas and food for me to feed myself. How sad. How sad. But here's the thing. If I was putting needles in my arms on live, millions of people would be donating to me. Millions. Just to watch me kill myself and see what happens. Isn't that sad? Because they did it for how long? 17 years? They did it for 17 years. Damn, that little pimple patch made that shit look better. That Steve Yoon live is a Canadian bomb. I don't know who that is, but that's the guy that reported my channel and like has been bullying my channel. He's literally riding off of my coattails. That one guy, the Steve guy.
At Peanut Butter Jelly 4 super chatted $5. Installment payments for bombastic demands.
she wants the peanut butter jelly pass. Peanut butter jelly. Thank you for the 5.
Look, that one's almost gone. How in the world?
So Brooke said she wasn't gonna make it. She wasn't gonna make it to this semester. That's what I said yesterday, because I don't remember going to school during this time. So like this week of the school prep, I guess she doesn't get everything done by Friday. She said something else, but I forget now.
My skin looks like shit from this weather.
I'll probably remember. I smoked a bowl too.
I know. Because back when I did drugs, everybody was just giving me more money for drugs. All my bills was paid. I was living in $1 million house. I didn't have to worry about shit. I got clean 4.5 years ago, and my life has plummeted, honey. It just imploded. It looks like damn, I don't know. It looks like damn nuclear atomic bomb went off in my damn life. And the more I try, the harder things get.
Oh, the drug thing. That's what I was gonna comment on. How come I've been able to live off of YouTube without doing drugs? If this is Brooke's theory on what gets views and what doesn't. I mean, I get what she's saying in a sense, but there's no way that you'd be able to do heroin on YouTube. It's against terms of service. So as much as people would probably watch that, your channel would get taken down. You can't monetize that shit. So let's not be silly here.
But, you know, I'm going to keep trying because that's what I've always done. And for the first time in my life, I'm actually free. I've never been free up until 2 years ago. I think people forget that. I never will. Hey. I like your pants. Thank you. They look comfortable.
And actually, Chapel is here. Actually, they're... Can we buy your coffee? Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. You know what I did today, though? I scrounged money. I scrounged change. Change. And then I walked to the store and I bought 3 vanilla Cokes. I bought 3 vanilla Cokes, yep. Because I wasn't expecting to quit fucking caffeine at the same time. So this is the first caffeine or sugar that I've had since whenever I quit Mountain Dew. Can't have Mountain Dew, or else I'll just like, I feel like I'll just go back into it. But I don't even really like Coca-Cola that much, so this is just like, you know, get rid of my fucking headaches and shit. So, that's, I feel like I should tell you guys that, just so you know.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It didn't, I was like, it's off the books money, because it's more about money, right? And then, fuck it, it's the cost of Mountain Dew, that's the thing. So, as I found change on the couch, I still didn't spend any money, any digital, like, money in the bank is still in the bank, that's the whole point. So I was like a little treat, I guess.
I'm just gonna do a 12
It's retarded. No, I promise I'm not.
Okay. Thank you. You with the local church?
Yep, Commerce Chapel over on Bald Hill Loop.
Okay.
Yep.
Y'all got morning services and stuff?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Oh, wow, that's kind of later. That's good, though.
And then we have Wednesday night services at 7, do like a Bible study. And then next week we're starting ladies' Bible study. So
Awesome.
if you need anything, you want more information, our website is just commercechapel.church,
Commerce Chapel.
and you'll find everything you need there.
Well, thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
So as a baby, I was a cyborg. Baby cyborg Heather.
At Peanut Butter Jelly 4 super chatted $5. Bombastic, where do I send the bitcoins?
Oh, dude, gonna give bombastic side out bitcoins. Thank you for the 5 peanut butter jelly.
Y'all know we've been looking for a local church, too. Let's go out here and smoke. Look at that, y'all. I was so stressed, and then I walk up in there, and the church people up there buying coffee. I said, Lord, have mercy, let me cry. Y'all gonna make me cry. Seriously, over a $3, $4 cup of coffee, y'all make me cry. Oh, that was sweet. Commerce Chapel, and he said that they got Sunday service at 11 a.m., and then he said they're starting women's Bible service on Wednesday nights. That's interesting. I know, when that's sweet. I never get bought anything. Not out in public like that, you know. I think maybe I've been through one Starbucks where they were like, do you want to pay it forward? And then I felt obligated because somebody had done bought my coffee. What am I going to do, say no and take the bought coffee? That would be mean. So I said, yeah, sure. That was sweet. Looks like the lady's been up here with more jewelry. I know, Amy.
I want to call this saga Metapod Brooke saga. Because it's just like a weird version of her. I've gotten so sick of the past Brooke that we've been familiarized to over the past, fuck, how long has it been? Like 6 to 9 months. And this is like some different Brooke right before the crazy Brooke on the bike that we saw right before she was arrested. So it's like, you know, Caterpie, Metapod, but so this is Metapod Brooke saga. That's what I'm naming it.
That was sweet. Big old peace signs. Looks like she put some more stuff. Are those little? Oh, I thought they. Oh, they do. They're little. Looks like she makes all this. Oh yeah, she's got some more resin pieces with the flowers. Bracelets. I like her little deer antlers. Those are kind of cool, actually. I like the green one. That would be cute in the bathroom. Put your jewelry on.
Antlers are wild.
The antlers are for the rings and stuff. I was gonna see.
Yeah, because they show up on like screen here, right? And Ashley reads them.
I know, wasn't that sweet? Thank you. You have a great one.
I didn't even realize it was Bombastic Side Mouth now. When did that happen?
All right. Well, that was nice. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so happy for my damn. We're gonna have to check that church out one Sunday, y'all. That's what I need, some I want to go with my aunt, but God, it's a 2-hour drive there and a damn 2-hour drive back almost. And I just ain't had the money, you know? That's a damn $80 trip right there, probably. Well, $60 trip, probably a full tank of gas. I don't freaking know. After I meet her at the church and then go get food and then spend money on food and then, I don't know. Yeah, I've tried to drink some of the McDonald's coffee this week, y'all, and every time I drink that McDonald's coffee, my stomach hurts. Not in a good way either. Like, I want it to hurt, but like...
What? You want your stomach to hurt? But in a good way? What the heck is she talking about?
Not like that. It gets me like indigestion.
I never want my stomach to hurt.
What's that about today? Nothing. Be a bore. Well, we got a freak. Hold on. That Steve Yoon live is a Canadian bomb. I don't know who that is, but that's the guy that reported my channel and like has been bullying my channel. He's literally riding off of my coattails. That one guy, the Steve guy.
At Peanut Butter Jelly 4 super chatted $5. Bombastic. I'll make a crypto for Brooke called Bitcoin.
Thank you, Peanut Butter Jelly. Thank you for the vibe.
Cup of coffee. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you to. He looked like a pastor or somebody, y'all. He was younger though. He looked like a young guy. I'd say maybe mid-30s. And he said he was with the church. He was sitting there getting some work done, and the girl said, "Oh, the church is gonna buy it for you." I said, "Thank you." It's the small things, ain't it? Small things. Well, hell, maybe this will give me the motivation to get down. See, this is what sucks. When you ain't got nothing to do, then you don't know what to do because you ain't got nothing to do. I'm not driving all the way to Winston today and dealing with them assholes at damn 4 o'clock in the afternoon. When I saw that it was lunchtime, I said, I'm done for the day because I done been up this morning since 7 o'clock trying to get this stuff done. And if I overexert myself and put too much on me, I'll forget everything I've done today. And I'll forget what I got to do tomorrow because I'm so stressed out. So I'm learning to just do things slowly but surely. In an acceptable, I'm already late. I've already missed my first deadline. But she told me, she said, don't worry about it. She's like, I was like, oh, okay. I said, so I can still go to school? She's like, yeah. I said, girl, I looked on the damn website. I said, I've been filling this shit out for 2 weeks. She said, yeah, I see that. She's like, good thing you did all of this paperwork. She said, because you're right where you need to be. She's like, the only issue is you don't have a home address. I just want to slam my head. I have to pick between my sobriety and education. Newsflash, homeless people can just not uproot and take off. Not if they're planning to work, go to school, actually do things the right way like I've been doing for 10 years.
At Bombastic Sidemouth super chatted $1.99. PBJ create the Bitcoin and give to Steve smiley face.
How much would a Bitcoin be worth? I guess that's up to the market to decide. Thank you, Bombastic, for the $2 Bombastic Sidemouth.
And on the window. Said, no shit, Sherlock. Girl, who you telling? That's been my whole problem, my whole damn life. I guess I was supposed to buy a house in 1987, the day after I was born. I didn't know. They didn't tell me. They didn't tell me nothing else either. That's why my life looks like this. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Love ya.
One Bitcoin equals 13K.
Ain't that right? He does, you know, and, you know, maybe I need to damn, Lord, I done blocked one Jennifer Robinson. I don't know what's going on, and I don't get involved in drama. But, yes, I did. And I knew they were fake as soon as they said something that you would know if that's even you. You might be fake, too. Fuck, I don't know. Woo, honey. I don't know. You might...
Peanut Butter Jelly has donated a lot. You know, back when Brooke was going crazy, back in the heyday of Brooke, he dropped like 150 membership donations.
She's gonna go to pieces. Fuck her fucking pieces. Don't get me started. Fuck her fucking pieces.
At Jen Hall super chatted $1.99. PN and J-Bomb said release the files.
Bombastic said release spell. Thank you, Jen. Thank you for the 2. But I remember I was there. Obviously, I was there. I'm there for all of these. I run the show. But I remember.
Maybe fake too. I don't know. Me no no. Me no no. I do need to check my email, y'all, and then I'm gonna drink like half of that, and I'm gonna save that other half for in the morning, so when I wake up it'll be nice and cold. I can take a swig of it and cut my heat on. I gotta leave something out for me in the morning, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I've ever told y'all this, but when I first wake up, it's so freaking cold. It immediately sends me into anger. I'm just being honest. It immediately sends me into anger, if I'm just being honest. I just wake up raging when it's this cold. When it's like...
Wake up raging all the time, let's be honest here, right? She'll try to marry me for the Bitcoin? Never. There, she can't come over here anyways. She can't come over to Canada. Just with this felon.
Like this morning, it was like 11 degrees. Feels like...
It's felonious woman. Hey, Electra.
3. I don't know what it was. I'm just hypothetical here. Let me throw that out there. They'll be like, she was lying. No, bitch. You just get it.
Am I sure? I'm pretty sure. On my channel, I'm gonna talk about Brooke's channel.
It was cold though. It was like 11 degrees approximately. Bang. That's where I was going at. And then library. I ain't going to the bank. I gotta get laundry money. What am I gonna do? Just have a dirty ass fucking car? Brooke, go get the fucking laundry money.
I just want people to know that you have donated a lot to me. If they don't think that you have, so I just got your back. Don't worry.
It just stresses me out, bro.
Just remember. Well, then don't worry about it. It never happened.
If I ain't got no caffeine, it makes me even angrier. So I like.
Yeah, the files. The files would be really juicy.
To have something to drink in the morning. When I wake up, I can just throw it back and kind of cut the heat on and put my head back under the blanket until the heat works, and then I can get up, start taking my window covers down, brush my teeth.
Rocks. Just gotta get the rocks.
We're gonna have a busy day tomorrow because I think I'm gonna do a double whammy to knock this shit out. I'm trying to get in there on
Peanut butter jelly, thank you for gifting 20 memberships.
Monday. I don't want to have
Welcome, good little angels.
to wait till May to start classes. So tomorrow, we gotta go to we're gonna have like a 3-hour drive. Listen, I know, it sucks. Welcome to my life. I gotta drive to Greensboro. I gotta drive to Winston, and then I'll have to drive back to a whole nother town. But we gonna knock it out. We gonna go ahead and get fully immersed in this shit. Everything fixed, no questions asked. Kill all these birds with one stone.
Kill all these birds with a couple stones.
My phone might act funny for a minute. I gotta get money for laundry. I don't want to. Oh, I'm stuck. What the fuck? My butt crack hanging out? Oh, never that. Cannot make this shit up.
Wait, what? What are we making up?
Come on and raise up. Take your shirt off. Twist it around your head. Run like a helicopter. Y'all remember that? Who was that? I used to love that song, man. Mama loved that song, too. Mama loved that song. Mama was a thug at heart, apparently. Cannot make this shit up. Listen, my mama was a hard hitter, y'all. She was a damn good woman. She was moral, principles, values, by the book. Okay? And she worked for a lawyer in Graham, North Carolina. She loved working for that man. She worked for LabCorp for about 15 years, and then she quit there and she went on with this attorney.
I seen Truther was dancing in a hallway today instead of his normal place.
And great man. He did child custody, divorce, bankruptcy, stuff like that. And I guess we'll go back to the laundromat now. Sun ain't going down for another 2 hours. I might as well work.
Oh yeah, this is work.
I ain't saying she wasn't a woman that didn't make mistakes, because she did. But she was a Christian woman who gave her life to the Lord before she died, and I'm so thankful for that, because that means that I get to see her again one day. But I think that my mother was a product of her environment like I am. And I think we all are. And her mother and father, her father was non-existent. My mother never knew her father. She knew a kind of like stepfather figure.
Do you see this message, Peanut Butter Jelly?
But my mother didn't have the best life, but she was a good woman. And she listened to some questionable music. She loved her rap music, honey. And I reckon that's where I get it from. Because I do love me some rap, okay? Specifically crap.
Oh, Chris, I forgot to respond to this. Why do you think that Sid Stalker, who's apparently Canadian, is the 9-incher guy? I don't think that they're related at all. I don't even know who the 9-incher guy is.
Country rap, but you know, I grew up in the early 2000s. I went through my teenage years in the early
Someone obsessed with my dick, apparently.
2000s or like 20s. I don't fucking know. I graduated in 2004. I was 16. There you go. But Petey Pablo, Lil Wayne, all of these artists were like so big back then. And so I grew up on it. And you know, I appreciate rap music. In recent years, since I've gotten sober and I've left the strip club environment, I've noticed they don't make good rap music no more. That's all I know. They don't make good rap no more, honey. They might have a one good rap song of the year. For instance, Kendrick Lamar. They're not like a... You know how, like, you be getting, like, past drunk? Like, you're past drunk. Like, you're drunk. You just need a little... send you over the edge.
At Peanut Butter Jelly 4 super chatted $5. Pleasant dreams bombastic.
Aw, that's sweet. Thank you, Peanut Butter Jelly. Thank you for the 5.
Gus. Great song. Like it, okay? I like it. But that's the only damn rap song they even made this year that was even any damn good.
Jessica, you haven't seen that guy? Oh, he's like Beetlejuice. I can't bring him up too much. It used to be every day, but as things have slowed down, it's like maybe once a week. Sometimes it's like 2 or 3 days in a row. But there's a guy, he'll just come in and say crazy stuff. And then I'll have to block him. But anyways, people have seen him. People know what I'm talking about.
Sorry, not sorry. Bring back Lil Wayne and Eminem. Oh, Eminem, Abracadabra. 10 out of 10 experience. Love that song. Classic Eminem style with the classic Eminem puns and the hate comments and the freaking... Did Eminem endorse Kamala Harris? Because I think he did.
I think anyone who isn't Trump, probably. He doesn't like Trump.
I think Eminem endorsed Kamala Harris, y'all.
Probably? Maybe? I don't know. I really don't. I just know he doesn't like Trump.
But he did this because one of his adoptive daughters is part of the LGBTQ+. So it makes sense as a father. I reckon. I mean, it don't make sense to me as a father. It don't make sense to me as a father. You know what I mean? Absolutely not.
Nah, you guys are sweet.
But I guess I'm looking at this from a father's perspective, like, not the father in me, honey. I wouldn't go for that shit. But apparently the father in Eminem, we could maybe psychologically understand why he would have endorsed Kamala Harris because
wait, what?
Because his youngest adoptive child, whose name I think is Stevie, is a trans kid. So, you know, this is probably why Eminem endorsed Kamala Harris. The father in me could never. That ain't being a father. Y'all, have y'all seen that viral fucking video of the man who his daughter popped? Okay, let me back up. All you see is this box. It's a big ass gift box, okay? It looks like a human could fit in it, and a human is inside of it.
What? How could a human fit inside a gift box?
Giving secrets away already. Father, mother, box. What used to be a boy pops out as a girl. It is a trans reveal party, okay? I can't make this shit up. You can go find the
Wait, but the baby's not even born yet.
video. I might post it. The look in the father's eyes as he watches his only son be turned into a girl is heartbreaking. You can see the man breaking as his new daughter pops up out of a box with his balls hanging out of a dress.
What is she talking about?
It's disturbing. You can actually physically see the father disturbed and his soul being ripped out of his chest because his son is now wearing a dress. It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I feel so bad for the father. And you can tell.
We have to get Brooke set up on OBS so we can see what she's talking about sometimes. Because the gender reveal party is for before the baby's even born. Because there wouldn't be the point of having one if the baby was born, because you would know what it is. But how could you know that it's trans before it's born? This is a really weird time we're living in, you guys.
Lord, you can look at him and the mother and tell that this poor man ain't seen his balls since they got married. She's been carrying his gonads around in her purse all this time. She done brainwashed the whole family. Got her son over here in a damn dress popping out of a damn birthday box. And this beardly man, this bearded, he looks like he smells like motor oil and bacon grease, honey. I just want to hug him and stick my face in his beard. This big burly of a man is standing there with a smile like this. Terrified.
Oh, maybe, okay. Maybe the kid is already born. And, wouldn't the dad be like, where's my kid? Why, what is this box? And then his kid pops out of the box and it's like, I'm trans now. It's a weird way. It's a weird way to do that. Imagine gay people start doing that. They just get a closet, a little portable prop closet, and then they jump out of it, and it's like, surprise! It's a gay reveal party.
Watching his son prance around at his coming out party. It's sad. I gotta find the video, y'all, because it's heartbreaking. You can actually see through the body language and the facial expression that this man is heartbroken, and I feel so bad for him. And I hope one day he leaves that old wretched woman that brainwashed them all. Ain't it crazy though when you look at some of these family dynamics of, you know, these family dynamics? Ain't it strange? Y'all, it's just strange to watch some of these family dynamics and see how these people have been impacted. And you can see the looks on their face and tell that they're not pleased with the whole situation. First of all, we need to wash this. Because I don't even remember the last time we washed it.
I'm your gun cook.
So let's go sticker it. Where'd I put that 20? In my pocket. Oh. I don't think that it's not that they're not normal. I think that people have been brainwashed. I think that people want to believe what they want to believe, and I think that they're easily influenced by something that they agree with. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they just, I don't know how to put it into words. Like, for instance, if you for instance, this is the best
Yeah, she usually does that.
way I can describe it. All right, let's say you got a friend that likes pizza and you got a friend that likes Chinese food. Damn, give me a minute. Y'all, this ain't gonna fit in there. Oh, God. Okay, I think I have a better. All right, say you got a friend that... All right, say you got two options to do something tonight. You can go to Bible study, or you can go out with your friends that want to go drink. Depending on what your motives are in life, depending on which choice you're going to make.
Bible study or drinking? It changed from pizza or Chinese food to Bible study or drinking? So one is obviously going to be kind of the more evil one, right? She implying.
Damn it.
That's
Say
a
you
lot of
got one
coins.
friend. All right, say you got 2 friends from school that you ain't spoke to in forever, and you randomly run into both of them, and one of them says, hey, we're doing a Bible study at church tonight, you should come hang out. And the other one says, oh, we're going out tonight, you should come hang out. And you're not really the going out type. Oh my God. Y'all, we might have to go to a different laundromat because this shit ain't locking. I don't know how to work this shit.
Just give us your stupid analogy, man.
Let me load. Where's the laundry detergent go? Right there. Load. Select temperature. Cold.
Yeah, that'll dry fast.
Insert money.
Yes. You need fucking money.
So do I just shut this?
Oh my God.
Is that shut? Y'all, hold on. Door locks at start of cycle. Do not. But is it all the way shut? Because last time it wasn't, and I just don't feel like it's all the way shut. Fuck it. I can't do nothing about it. Okay, so one person says, oh God.
Oh, what now? Oh my goodness. We're never gonna hear this analogy.
Let's try it now. Okay, so is that broke? Oh, Lord fucking have mercy. Please, Jesus.
Watch out, there's water on the ground. You don't want to slip.
How am I gonna wash this? They won't fit in there. Let's try it now. Okay,
Why would
so
it
is
work now?
that broke? Oh, Lord fucking have mercy. Please, Jesus. How am I gonna wash this? They won't fit in there. It's gonna have to fit in here because it's done been in 2 damn dirty fucking washers now. And I'm not putting it back on my damn body. It ain't gonna get washed like that because there's no fucking room for it to move. Makes me so mad, man. It has to have enough room in there for water to agitate the blanket, you know, to wash it.
Hey, Tinkerbell.
It's fine. It's fine. I can't change it. Makes me so damn aggravated.
Look, it's spinning. It was spinning.
How can I explain this? So let's say you're good Christian folk like me, you trying, and you don't drink or drug no more, but you run into 2 people from high school. One of them invites you to a house party, and the other one invites you to go to church.
All right, this is the 5th time we've heard this setup. Something better not distract her again.
Well, because you don't drink or drug, you're going to be more susceptible to take the church offer than the drinking and drugging offer. And it's the same way when it comes out here in the society.
Not really. You could just do neither. Maybe you're not into religion either.
People, because of their beliefs or their wants. Ooh, that's a good one. Hold on.
See, I'd be like, I'm gonna like stay home, make grilled cheese sandwiches, play Xbox. You can join me if you want, but I'm not going to church. I'm not going to a bar. You know how much drinks cost at a bar?
Detergent. Because of their wants. Let's not forget that most people are self-motivated. Ooh, that was a huge one. A lot of people vote on what they want, and that includes perverts. That's
What a concept. A lot of people vote on what they want. You can imagine.
That's a big one, y'all. Yes, there's a lot of people in the Democratic Party that vote for Democratic policies because they're
You could do both too. You could go bar hopping and then end the night with the Bible study drunk.
perverts, pedophiles, sex traffickers. It's a real fucking thing, and I'm sick of hearing that it's not because we have proof now.
The Taco Bell commercial, why not both?
But a lot of people vote or pull for certain people because of their own selfish motivations and self-interest. There we go. There we go. And I've noticed a lot of people don't even realize what kind of shit the left is actually complicit in and what they stand for. Oh boy. Oh, it's cold. It's freezing. Oh. You know what I was thinking about the other day? Do y'all remember light brights?
Yeah, I do remember Light Bright.
Do y'all remember those? I used to be obsessed with those when I was a kid. It was a box, and it had a light in it, and then it had a black surface where you could have all of these little pegs, and you could push the pegs through pieces of paper.
You guys know what Light Bright is, right? You want me to get you a thing up to show you?
To create an elaborate piece of art that would light up in the dark. They were so cool, so cool. And I remember at Grandma's house, I would like do one, and then she would plug it up in my room, and so like I would have all these different backdrop pictures at different times at Grandma's house. And they
Here. In case there's anyone young watching, youngins who don't know what Light Bright is, this is Light Bright. I mean, it's pretty cool, I guess. It's just, yeah, like colored, I'd call them Christmas bulbs, and then this back thing lights up and you put them in and you can do little designs. Look, there's a butterfly. There's a ice cream? Is this supposed to be ice cream? Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That and Etch-a-Sketch and battleships and glowworms and all that crap. When I was a baby. When I was a little baby. Before life went crazy.
They had like pre-made
I mean, I would assume the youngins don't know what Light Bright is.
made sheets
That's the
of
new age
paper
Light
that
Bright? What was the old age Light Bright looking like? I was born in 90, and that looks like the one I had.
already had what colors you need to put where to create a certain picture. So it'd be like Ariel on the beach, or like Belle from Beauty and the Beast in her dress, and it would be these elaborate, beautiful pieces of light bright art. What would it be called? It would be called a stencil. They already had pieces of paper that were stencils for you so that you could create these elaborate light bright arts. They were so cool. Miss those. I don't know if you can get them anymore. Very interesting. Grandmas are the best. I miss my Grandma Millie. Miss her. We had several light brights. I feel like we had 2 of them. But we had tons of those little whole 5-gallon. Y'all remember those ice cream buckets where it would be like the Napoleon ice cream? It'd be like the chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Grandma would get those round containers, and because they had like...
Is it the first one here? Hold on. Let me move this. My internet's being wacky today again. Like it's being a nefarious clunky pants. Like this. This is the first one. That one looks pretty... They look pretty much the same, don't they? No, I don't know. I don't know which one I had. I think it was this one. Hold on. Whoa. Whoa.
Lockable lids. She would wash those out and then put toys in them. And when I tell you that we probably had like 50 of those
It looked even crazier, Jared.
ice cream pails in the bedrooms, stacked with like toys and Legos and blocks and light bright pieces. Miss those. She used them as storage containers. That was Rubbermaid before Rubbermaid was Rubbermaid. You know what I mean? Ice cream, 5-gallon ice cream, or was it gallon? It might be gallon ice cream.
Just drew dicks on it.
Now they have flat screen with markers. I guess that's the new version of the light bright. Well, they don't make kids' toys either. Well, not like they used to, but that's because of beige aesthetic. I was
What? Beige aesthetic?
learning about that early childhood development the other day, the importance of colors, shapes, and numbers. Who would have thunk it? You know, we had it figured out 30 years ago. Who would have thunk it? It was an article pertaining to beige moms and how the lack of color in early childhood development can cause problems once they enter school. So it's so interesting to me to see the tides turning, honey. See the tides turning. If you don't know what a beige mom is like an almond mom.
I don't know what either of those are.
A beige mom wants the entire house to be the same color beige. They have to have perfect aesthetic, no children's
It's Napoleon ice cream French vanilla. No way, Jose. What are you what you talking about, Willis?
toys are to be in the floor, no children's toys that make noise, no children's toys that have bright colors or lights or shapes or any of that shit that they used to learn. No bright colors, all the children have to be in khaki or beige or gray, and they're called beige moms, and it's a whole epidemic of the upcoming generation that have lost their minds. Okay, they've lost their minds. But I was listening to an educator talk about the importance of color, shapes, numbers, bright lights, noises. I know that parents absolutely hate noisemakers, and I did too, honey. She still had them, though. The importance of the...
I don't know. My train of thought would be, what's the point of this? I'm assuming the point of this is, like, they're sensory overloaded with all the baby shit. But don't you want them to be kind of desensitized to that shit? Because then the marketing companies are going to take advantage of that. So they'll go out into the world and they'll see some bright flashy lights because all they know is beige, and then they'll get them hooked on Mountain Dew and they'll turn into me. You know what I'm saying?
These colors in early childhood development, in the development of the frontal cortex, honey.
So these beige moms sound silly to me.
It is an imperative piece of education. Colors. You know, something that she pointed out was they have shapes of animals. Animals are all beige.
She's being racist again. Those fucking beige people.
So how do children know what colors that a zebra has stripes or that an elephant is, gray, or what they say is purple? How does a child know that a lion has, orange mane?
Because the room is beige?
If there's no color, if all the animals are beige, how are they even going to learn the dangers in animals or learn their animals properly? Very good shit.
I don't think... Are they doing that?
Very good shit. I love shit like that. Makes you think, don't it? Makes you think. Did I bring that laundry detergent back in? Yes.
They do, apparently. What you said. Metapod Brooke is crazy.
Hello, Lexi.
Like a kooky crazy.
Degree in psychology. Do you know how many years that is? Arc 12 to 15, babe. Yeah, so the next time you meet a clinical psychologist, maybe show a little more.
She keeps jumping from thing to thing, but she was just talking about beige moms. Now, apparently there's these moms out there who don't believe their kids should see color. So they put them in a beige room, and all the books, I guess, are in beige, so they don't know the colors of the animals, and kaleidoscopes are beige. I was going to say something else was beige, and I totally fucking forgot what it was. Anyways, Brooke says it's evil.
Respect, because they actually spent like half of their life going to school. Yeah, they don't get enough respect. That's why they're going out of the field, and that's why it's hard to get a mental health assessment right now. For those that don't know, it's damn near impossible to get a mental health assessment in today's world. Mental health services are lacking, and it's because clinical psychologists have been pushed out of the field because they basically stated that men are men and women are women. It's unfortunate. And they also did not want to They also did not want to be on the bandwagon of corruption. You know, a lot of clinical psychologists were not willing to allow the mutilation of children to go down in the name of science just for some money. They didn't want no part of it, and they've backed out of the field. So I'm glad that Trump is in office and that we're going to see the reuse of the DSM-5. Talking to a clinical psychologist or therapist. It's that simple. We're not talking about no fucking never seen no shit down there like that. There was a little boy with his balls hanging out the back of a damn pair of leggings, and it was so disturbing for me. You know, and he's standing in front of a playground with children.
Is this the one that got out of the car the other day that we saw?
He clearly felt like he was transgender. He had long blonde hair, makeup on, nail polish.
Yeah, this is the one that she saw. Like, his balls weren't hanging out.
With his balls hanging out the back of a pair of leggings.
They weren't.
I was so uncomfortable. I mean, it was shocking. It's on camera. It's on camera. I was just like, what state am I in, first of all? But also, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, I was repulsed because it was just so shocking.
She just, like, relives these moments in her head and talks about them. And they get worse every time. Like, they get a little worse every time she relives them. It's fucking weird. I'm gonna smoke a bowl real quick. I'll be right back. Big little angels.
Y'all remember Little Nicky?
Yeah, okay, well, maybe I'll listen to this Little Nicky part first. I like Little Nicky, the movie with Adam Sandler.
With Adam Sandler, and they got the transvestite man up in there, and
I don't remember the transvestite man.
he's like rubbing on his nipples, and he's like, yeah. You know how uncomfortable in that movie when you see that shit?
Okay, I don't know the movie that well, I guess. I don't remember that at all. So I am gonna go smoke now because Little Angels. The fuck is he talking? Maybe she's thinking of a different movie.
Yeah. That's how I felt when I saw that. I was just like, what the fuck? What is that? Like, it's just some things are so unnatural, and if that's your reaction, you know, I don't know. If it makes you feel like, I ain't never seen no shit like that before, if you're really like, what the fuck? You're not in the wrong, babe. That's not natural. That's not what God wanted for us. It's unfortunate because I truly believe that people like that are a victim of this country. It's disturbing. They're a victim of the medical industry. They're a victim of anyone that steered them in that direction to do that to themselves. And I know a lot of these people feel like that's what they want right now. We'll see what happens in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. It was shocking. That's all I'm trying to say. When I see some shit like that, I'm just like, I'm sorry. I grew up around Southern Baptist Christian folk. You didn't see no shit like that where I come from. People, it's disturbing, y'all. It's too much. You know, when I date somebody, I'm not out here fucking in the middle of a restaurant. Matter of fact, quite the opposite. I'm not a touchy-feely person. I can be, I like to be, but, you know, you got to have comfort and security and a true relationship for all of that. But when I'm with somebody, I'm not into, like, PDA, like, in the middle of a restaurant where we're trying to get dinner, hanging all over each other. I'm not a needy bitch, is my point. But I've seen some interesting things, and it usually is the LGBTQ plus that I'm witnessing certain behavior from that is kind of disturbing in a overtly sexual manner, you know. That's not, it's not normal. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's overcompensation. It's like saying, see how much I'm loved, see how much I'm loved, see how much this person loves me, when, like, I don't know how to explain it, you guys. But when I see the neediness and people showing certain behavior, or maybe showcasing the way that they carry themselves, there's an overcompensation that I pick up on. It's like, whoa. First of all, it's 30 degrees outside. You know, you got on a tank top and some nut huggers. Why are you dressed like this in the middle of December? Like,
Brooke just hates love.
It's concerning. It's like, whoa. It's like, but what it is they're trying to showcase, I'm feminine, I'm feminine, I'm feminine, I can dress like this, I'm feminine. No, you're confused, and I'm sorry. But you are not a woman, nor will you ever be, nor will you even look like one, babe. It's impossible. You can take all them hormones, but it ain't gonna chisel away that damn jawline, babe, and that Adam's apple and them balls.
Brooke's tried.
They overcompensate by trying to be overtly a certain way. And I see this with PDA when it comes to affection in relationships that are not doing well. I don't know. And not all these cases are the same. I just want to be clear. Not all these cases are the same. And there's some people, you know, when I think about these things, I think about Jazz Jennings. I think about the 6 or 7 people that Candace have had on her channel this year that transitioned and now they're stuck in the wrong body. When I talk about these things, those are the people that I'm thinking about. Victims that recognize that they're victims. Because there's a lot of victims that don't even recognize that they're victims because they're still brainwashed living in that propaganda.
To be brainwashed. It's, oh, whatever, man. I'm not getting into this.
Who I'm concerned about, and the reason I talk about these things is for the actual victims that have already been victimized that realize that they were victimized. You get it? And I don't know anything. I don't know anything, but what I do know is it's wrong. And that's all that matters. It's wrong. End of discussion, you know? It's wrong. It's morally, ethically wrong.
Why? She can't say why it's wrong. She just says it's wrong. It's it's wrong.
My stalker acts like I know y'all personally, like I'm gonna feel bad for fucking blocking y'all.
Who? Who's her stalker?
He don't know who he's dealing with, does he? He don't know who he's dealing with. Who gonna tell him I don't give a fuck?
What did it? Wait, hold on.
My stalker acts like I know y'all personally, like I'm gonna feel bad for fucking blocking y'all. He don't know who he's dealing with, does he?
She's talking about Video Game Gunner? Or Randy's the abuser, not the stalker. Who's her stalker?
Does he? He don't know who he's dealing with. Who gonna tell him I don't give a fuck? So for those that don't know, I've got a long list of stalkers. The list keeps getting added to. Thank you for the police departments that have taken my accounts and information. Thank you so much for taking, you know, what you have. And thank the people who have helped me in this matter. But recently, I've had one of my stalkers go and he'll see some of you guys that are like regular followers, like Lexi and Bambi. I think we talked yesterday, so I see you quite a bit. And thank you so much for your support. But they'll see someone like you, and then they'll take your name, steal your picture, and then they'll go create a whole fake account, show back up tomorrow, and act like you. And you know, this has hurt a lot of my regular follower. This is impact.
What do you mean it's hurt them? It's hurt their YouTube numbers in the comment section or something? Like how? What are we talking about here?
Impacted them and hurt them. And you know, you would think that YouTube would have some kind of protection for the people that are supporting my channel. But wouldn't you know it, there's not even a phone call for me to call to ask any questions about this incident.
Incident? You can tell the difference, right? Because one would be a member and one wouldn't be a member, and you could always look at the and she already is. She knows how to differentiate them because one would be made like 2 weeks ago, and one is like the normal person. I want to know how it's hurt them. What the fuck? The incident where people stole her followers' names and showed up and was saying stuff, I guess. The incident. The ongoing incident.
Anyways, a lot of my regular followers have been hurt by the actions of stalkers and jealous people. And they come and they make fake profiles, and then they act like my regular followers, and they harass them, and then they're a troll in the comments. And I'm so sorry, you guys. But just know, that this shit has affected me tenfold, honey. And I'm sorry. And I wish that I could change the situation, but you know, people are stupid. And some of my best followers, Kevin, Laura, Andrea, all of these people, they've had their names stolen, their profile pictures stolen, and then the next day these trolls come back and they pretend like they're them. And it sucks. You know, and that's the thing, because that's really what it is. Because these people that are involved in this, all of them have their own YouTube channels, but their YouTube channels never took off because all they do is sit around and talk about other people.
That's all you do.
They're losers. And so, you know, they haven't.
You just talk about boring people, celebrities and shit.
An opportunity for their channel to take off. They just don't know how to invest themselves. They're not smart.
Or murders. I guess murders isn't boring, but it's like, it's too traumatic, you know, to be hearing about murders all the time.
Enough to talk about anything other than other people. Who wants to tell them? They're so simple-minded that their channels never took off. And so when I first started my channel, they immediately started coming after me, trying to attack me, you know, it's comical now because I see things for what they are after talking to the FBI, after talking to several police departments, having this
FBI, the incident, the fucking incident, bro. You gotta find the stalkers, get the IP addresses, get the phone numbers. She says she has like liaisons with the FBI and they go over who the stalkers are and where they live. And she's like, I don't one lives in a basement and one is this and one's that. Like, they don't know shit. You're not talking to the FBI. It'd be really funny if someone's trolling her as the FBI. But I've never seen any content, like no reveal. So unless this is like a super long game, I don't think that's the thing. I think Brooke is just lying or delusional.
Investigation going. I see things for what it is. And, you know, these people all have channels that they posted gaming stuff on. They were gaming channels. And it didn't work out for them. And I can't change it. Can't change it, you know? Oh, look, another fake profile. Let me find out. Damn. See what I'm saying? You don't know which one's real and which one's not.
Yeah, you do. You told us how to as well.
So as soon as she said, I gave her a thumbs down, I was like, oh, so another fake one. Damn. Never know. That's why I don't have friends, because people don't even know how to be friends anymore. People don't know what loyalty is. They don't know what honesty is. They don't know how to be real. It's sad. It's sad. But I see people like Candace Owens, and I know that I'm not alone, and I understand why she's had struggles in the industry, and I understand why I'm having
I think so. She says that there's a list of stalkers, apparently.
struggles, because I do not have the capabilities to fake the funk, and that's part of owning a channel. You're supposed to be able to just fake the funk and keep a smile on your face and be like, oh yeah, whatever you say. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'll never be like, oh yeah, whatever you want. Who does that? Oh, I did that for the first 30 years of my life, and then I grew the fuck up, and I said, absolutely not. I'm taking the reins back of my life.
No balance.
Who does that? Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, you know, I kind of like that this person is doing this because,
Wait,
now
what?
y'all get
It's affecting all of my followers. I kind of like that the person's doing this. No, that's a silly thing to say.
a little slice of what I've been going through for the past year and a half that I haven't spoke about, you know?
Oh my god. What? Hold on.
Yeah, you know, I kind of like that this person is doing this because, now y'all get a little slice of what I've been going through for the past year and a half that I haven't spoke about, you know?
That's psychotic. Why would you want... If something terrible happens to me, I would hope it would never happen to any of you. Why the fuck is Brooke like, oh, I'm glad it's happening to you guys, and you know how it feels? What? No, that's bad.
I tell y'all small things and nobody would be there for me. I'm like, hey, you guys, I'm being gang stalked.
The fuck?
I got people following me. I got people, you know, and I'd show it and I showed it and nobody was there for me, you know? So I just, it's out of my control and I'm sorry, but I am kind of,
It's completely in your control. You just gotta pay attention to your chat, and when you see some crazy stuff, get rid of the person. It's pretty fucking easy.
thankful that people are seeing what's been going on because this is nothing new. These, you know, these people stealing you guys' names. Well, imagine going into a doctor's appointment and finding out that your doctor's appointment has been canceled for a very specific medication that you need to survive every day.
Wait, what?
What's been going on because this is nothing new. These, you know, these people stealing you guys' names. Well, imagine going into a doctor's appointment and finding out that your doctor's appointment has been canceled for a very specific medication that you need to survive every day. I had that happen.
That's not... How can we relate that to the incident that we're calling this?
You know, I've had people call my insurance company. I've had people call my... Who else?
And that's terrible. If that happened, like, I don't condone that. That's crazy. Why would you mess with anybody's medication? If you want Brooke to be a normal person, you're not going to prevent her from getting her medication. I don't know if that happened. This is the first I'm hearing of this. But I just want to put that out there.
Who else? The food stamp department. I've had people call the magistrate, the district attorney, my attorney. I've had people, y'all just don't even understand. Maybe, you know, you know, it's not my fault because when I say that I'm being gang stalked, it's as simple as, oh God, really? What the
Brooke, you filmed your arrest. Like, people know that you went to jail because of that, the incident, like the Planet Fitness incident. Now that's an incident. I don't want to talk about an incident. You're not being gang stalked. You're broadcasting this to thousands of people. Somebody's got to call the DA. What?
the fuck? Have you been to the cops, Brooke? It's a one and done, you know? But when I said, hey, I'm being gang stalked, everybody said, oh no, you're just on drugs. And then here we are a year later, everybody has found out that I was in fact not on drugs. And now everybody is like, oh, well,
When did we find out she's not on drugs?
somebody stole my screen name. Girl, I had $250,000
So this is the Victim Olympics.
stole. My home, my savings, my future. Okay. I'm so sorry you had your screen name stole.
James would call us slutty criminals.
These take a little longer. It's okay, I'm gonna run to the
Well, now we have ats. No one can have the same at.
ladies because I drink that coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee.
Jello. 313. Home now.
This bathroom, Hot Mess Express. I don't like four. layers because it's so damn cold. I took my shirt in. My breeches are already stretched out because I wore them yesterday. They usually look good if they're not like, if they're like, you know, washed. They're tight and comfortable, honey.
Are they loose or are they tight or comfortable?
Whew. Let's go. It should be done now. Yep. Well, at least it didn't take too long. I just hate that it didn't have a lot of room because, listen, it's got to have enough room to like agitate in there. If it doesn't, it's not going to get cleaned properly. It looks like it came out all right. I just want to make sure that that's washed before I stick it back in storage. Because I'm going to be changing out these comforters once I get school set up and I'm headed somewhere. I don't know. I can't afford to stay here.
Just wanted it, you know, wet.
It's too damn cold. I can't afford it. I went through over half a tank of gas last night. It's ridiculous. Just trying to stay warm. Didn't even go nowhere. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. Now there's stuff in there. Shit.
Brooke, stop being mean to the machine.
Oh, my God. I'm just so fucking annoyed. So I put quarters in, and I can see them, but it won't come out. And after that, oh. There we go.
Yeah.
Let's try it again. There it goes.
Oh.
You gotta like throw it back, honey. There it goes.
What a life. If only there was a card you could use.
Yeah, I know. It's because those stalkers have done ran them off. I can't help it. I can't help it. You know, I can't help it. What am I supposed to do about it?
The stalkers ran off Laura?
They love when people bang. I can't help it. Damn thing's as old as hell. If they don't want me banging on them, they need to fix them or replace them. Plain and simple. Damn raggedy ass place. I usually like this place, but it's, you know, questionable nowadays. We're gonna make some protein because I haven't had any. Why is this cup? What is all in this cup? I don't know. See, here's the thing about my sibling that's homosexual. He was not gay when we were kids.
We're just getting into everything on this stream.
But his mother and his mother's side of the family are all Democrats, rich people. They own a multi-million-dollar, might be a billion-dollar concrete company. And it's exactly the left. It's the leftist kind of family that you would imagine. You know what I mean?
No, I don't, but okay.
Very interesting. Very interesting. When did the switch happen is when I'm wondering. When it comes to my sibling. When did the switch happen? Because you weren't that way when you was little.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why is that, why is that?
I don't know. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Looked like there was something on that, but it's not. Need water.
Loyalty comes in this chat. We could ask her.
Y'all, all of the water but one bottle is frozen. This is froze.
He wasn't gay when he was a kid. He hated other boys. He never wanted to play Power Rangers with him. He just wanted to to dance and sing. Hang out with the girls.
Welcome to living out of your car where you don't even have water because it's done froze. Now, hypothetically, what if I needed that water to, I don't know, eat, shower, brush my teeth, wash laundry, whatever, cook? That would halt all of those plans because that water is frozen.
I was very young. I'm trying to remember how old I was when I was like, I'm going to marry Vanna White. But that didn't last long. I think it was before kindergarten.
Yeah, but also, you know, I don't know. You know, you also piss people off when you won't take their advice and live your life the way that they want you to live your life. So I'm quite sure that I've had some followers that haven't been happy with the choices that I've made because I have to live my life the way that I have to live my life, you know. But it's also people that have never had to live out of a car. So when you look at it like that, it's like, it's kind of sad that people that have never been in my shoes would judge me so harshly and then punish me for things that are out of my control. But I can assure you that it's happened my whole life, and that's just the way.
It was like, I don't know, one of the only other ladies I knew other than my mom. And I guess the Pink Power Ranger. But the Pink Power Ranger was, I thought she was the Red Power Ranger's girlfriend, but then the Green Power Ranger came, who was also the White Power Ranger, and I swear that they were together. Anyways, they were one of my boys, because the Power Rangers were my boys. They were my boys' girl, so I couldn't love her. So I was like, all right, I'll marry Vanna White then.
Way that the world.
Because my parents liked Wheel of Fortune.
Is, you know, and you know, I can't change that. I can't change that. All I can do is continue to work hard and continue on the path that I'm on, you know, which has been in my opinion, a much righteous path in comparison to the person that I used to be 5 years ago. You know, when we're talking about who I used to be and who I am today, there's no question that I've made extreme changes, and I should be very proud of myself, and I am. You know, I got clean by myself. No one. I didn't even have a friend when I was getting clean. I didn't have anyone when I was getting clean, and I made that decision to do it, and I did it, and I've never looked back. And you know, people hate me because of that. It's unfortunate. You know, I know that nobody thought that I would ever get clean. Surprise, bitch. Surprise.
This is clean. This isn't a good example of what clean is.
Wait to see what I got coming. You think my sobriety was shocking? Give me 10 years. Give me 10 years. It's only been 1 fucking year. You know what I mean? I started this channel last year. It's been 1 fucking year. And it's like, people are like, oh, God. Listen, another key point is that you will never be able to make everybody happy. So you shouldn't even fucking try. Make you happy, because that's the only person that matters at the end of the day. You. Make you happy. Stop trying to make everybody else fucking happy, because you'll never do it. You'll never do it. You'll never be good enough for society. So be good
You should get 10 years.
enough for you.
That'd be crazy. Because for like habitual felony thing.
And I don't want to be good enough for society. In my opinion, I'm too good for them fuckers. I got morals and values, babe. I'm not perfect. I'm a sinner. But I ain't out here doing the shit that I see other people doing. All right. That is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Thank you. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's really good, Roz. It's a good brand. Good brand.
Whoa.
Yeah, the only place I can tell you to go for to ARC is, I would steer clear of Planet Fitness if I was just you, but you know, you might be able to park in some of the parking lots depending on the state that you're in. If you're in Florida, that's not gonna fly. Let's see, North Carolina, you can't stay at a lot of their Planet Fitnesses. South Carolina, listen, Planet Fitness, my prediction was last year is that in 2025 they will make it apparent that they no longer want staying overnight in their parking lot. We'll see what happens, because it looks like they've already started shifting policies in that direction. So my predictions are already starting to come true.
Wait, she's just gonna try to sleep in a Planet Fitness parking lot?
Said this when I terminated my Planet Fitness membership. They don't like homeless people.
No, never mind. Sorry, I was reading back. I'm just crazy.
Even if you're a member, they don't like homeless people. You know, I understand that there's a lot of van lifers out here that say that they're van lifers and they're actually homeless. I would advise you to be honest about your situation, especially if you are in content creation such as myself. I see you ladies out here. It is not okay to say that you are a van lifer because you can't afford rent. Bitch, you homeless. Bitch, you homeless. Stop gaslighting society into believing that we all want to be living in these circumstances. Stop fluffing up and...
Some people do want to be living like that. And they've thought it out better than you have, because you don't just drive in circles for no reason.
And showing the smoke and mirrors behind van life when you're simply just fucking homeless and you can't afford rent. Be honest. Please.
I thought...
Hey, listen! Oh, I'm getting in the back. Go, Spider-Man legs. Oh. Ooh, these ain't no Spider-Man hips. I'll tell you that much.
At Kylie Mikey super chatted $3.53.
Oh, thank you for the 5, Kylie. I don't think that... I forgot what I was saying. Oh, didn't she say that the people were faking being homeless? Like they had homes, they were just out in their trucks pretending to be homeless? Now she's saying that they're lying? Saying that they're van lifers? That they should just say that they're homeless?
Because now you got all these other van lifers out here thinking
Spider-Man legs, honey.
that this shit is a walk in the park, and it's not. It can be more expensive to live out of your car. It has been for me. When it's cold like this and I have to run the truck, like right now. My feet are fucking cold. It can be more expensive than paying rent in a house. So, please, I'm begging you other creators that are van lifers, please be honest about your circumstances. Please. That's the only way to bring about change, babe, is to be honest about your circumstances.
I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say most people probably are honest. To an extent, right? I don't know why you would need to lie about something like this. I don't know how it would benefit them. But Brooke says, be honest, even though Brooke's the biggest liar I've ever seen.
That shit annoys me, bro. I done saw 15 new bitches out here saying, I'm a van lifer. Please be honest. Yes, you're a van lifer, but tell everybody why you're a van lifer. You can't afford rent. You can't find a good job. Let's be honest, so we can fix these problems.
What if they're not even looking for a job? What if they're just living out of their van like they say they are? And maybe they had a budget. Maybe they were like, you know what? I'm going to go live in my van for 3 months. I'm going to just make a YouTube channel because I like making videos. I want people to see them. And then it really took off. And then you ended up making like a lot of money. And then you didn't need to go home. You could just keep continuing this lifestyle. What if it was something like that? Why does it have to always be nefarious?
Please, so everybody stop saying that I'm fucking lying about how expensive shit is. Thank you, Maria. Well, thank you. Yep. A lot of, that's another thing I've seen is how many people are choosing to live in their cars, men and women, to escape volatile, abusive, toxic relationships, you know? And I think for a lot of people, when the elements come like this and you're dealing with extreme heat or extreme cold, a lot of people, women and men, would come to their breaking point and just go back to that abusive relationship rather than struggle out here in these elements completely indigent with no way to feed themselves. I don't think a lot of people grasp how a lot of women have to go back to their husbands, how a lot of men have to go back to their crazy ass girlfriend because they have no choice. That's what people can't conceptualize that have never had to struggle before.
What do you mean? That's just people getting into relationships and falling out of love. Or maybe getting relationships they never should have been in to begin with. I don't know. It's circumstantial. I'm shrugging.
I'm just glad that I'm in a place where I don't have to. I don't have to. And I'm making moves so that I don't ever have to be in that situation again. It's very hard to escape
Hey, Courtney.
a toxic, abusive situation. I got 2 guy friends right now about to go through divorces. Very similar situations. Kids involved, been married for half a decade. One half a decade, one 12 years. One married his high school sweetheart. The other one met her years after college.
Who are these imaginary people?
And it's just disturbing to me, the stories that I hear. Now, these guys are more my age. You know.
So they're YouTubers or something?
The guy that's been with his high school sweetheart, they're younger than me. She's actually 2 years older than him, so she would be more like my age. Something like that. But anyways, they're about to go through divorces. The stories, though, the horror stories. So I'm friends with the guys. I don't know the girls like that. Now, the guy that's been with the girl for 12 years, I do know their history. This bitch, y'all, I ain't trying to be funny. I just don't understand. When I hear these stories, I'm just like, you know, my mother, she handled divorce cases and stuff like that. I used to hear the horror stories. You know, that girl been married 12 years, y'all. She ain't never worked. Sorry. She ain't never cooked a meal in that house.
Is there a roach in the car or something? I thought that expression was to go with the story, but I guess she saw something.
She had 2 kids. She barely takes care of them. And she's gone at all hours of the fucking nights, roaming the fucking streets with God knows who. She says that he never allowed her to have freedom. I said...
Is this just Brooke? This is just the story of Brooke.
The bitch shouldn't have got married.
Except without the marriage.
At a young age, if she wanted freedom, why are you getting married if you want freedom? Susan, why you need freedom? You in a marriage. You got a husband and children. Why you need freedom? She gaslights him by saying this. She gaslights him by saying, I never had freedom. I'm going out tonight.
It's a freaking her and Randy, bro.
I think it's bullshit. I think that she's abusive. I think that she's used him. She's took him for a fucking ride. She ain't never even fucking attempted. Let me tell y'all something.
Yeah, tell us. I want to know.
7 years ago, 8 years ago, when was that? 2016, 2017. Listen, years ago. I used to roll over there and be like, hey, how y'all doing? Eat dinner, blah, 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 blah. That house was disgusting. They got cats. It's one of them things where you roll up in the driveway, honey, and you can smell cat feces from the outside of the house. I've seen it in real time. Well, now their children are of age to go to school, and there's a lot of motherfucking problems going on in the house. Bitch won't even take the kids to school, and he's working a full-time job in corporate world, trying to raise all these people. And now he done filed for divorce, and she's gaslighting him. You're a horrible father. I said, boy, if you don't fucking go sign them papers and get rid of that bitch, she gonna ruin your life. You doing adult shit, baby. She over here doing street shit. Go sign them papers and get rid of that horrible father. Horrible father. Adult shit, baby. She over here doing street shit, okay? She for the streets. You gave her 12 years.
I swear. If this is a separate person, she's getting mad at a person who's exactly like her. Almost, minus the kid. Like, it's fucking crazy to me.
And matter of fact, there was a point where she tried to go back to school for something, and it just didn't work out. She didn't want to
even at school
apply herself. You know, and let's think about this from a perspective of bills, bitch.
Yeah, let's do that too. All right, here, I'll play one more time.
Horrible father.
This should probably be a new soundbite.
Horrible father. I father. I said, work out. She didn't want to apply herself. You know, and let's think about this from a perspective of bills, bitch. Do you know what I would do if somebody gave me an opportunity like that? I'm flying the coop. We about to damn go get a master's. We about to go get a psychologist degree. The opportunity. And you'd rather be out in the streets, ignoring your children, leaving your husband, who has to work in the morning, wondering where the fuck you are. And you my age, ho. You did some reverse Twilight shit. I don't know. You were supposed to do that 12 years ago, not today.
You're supposed to lose custody of your kid and be out on the streets 12 years ago. Like I did. Get your shit together.
Why weren't you doing that 12 years ago? I don't understand. I don't understand. But I don't blame him. And I told him, you need to get a divorce. It's past the time. You got to do this.
Marriage counselor, bro.
You got to do it. You know, this guy's like a brother to me. And, for 10 years, I shut my mouth. I minded my business. I was on drugs. Who am I to tell somebody how they should be raising their children and allowing their wife to behave, honey? But the last time I went to that house and I smelled those cats, that's when I got nosy. So what the fuck is going on over here?
YouTube buttons.
Well, why ain't your wife doing her wifely duties, sir? I is so confused. When he dropped on me that she ain't never cooked, well, what did you marry her for? Like, maybe he didn't marry her to be a homemaker. Maybe he didn't want her to do her wifely duties. Maybe he didn't want the traditional roles. Okay, fine. Well, it just so happens he does want that. That's exactly why he married her. Ain't that crazy?
You can marry Brooke. She can make cucumber sandwiches and ramen.
Oh, and she's definitely hardcore Kamala Harris, feminist. I mean, just stereotypical. Yes. You know what I mean? It's so sad. The other guy, though, that's financial reasons that they're getting a divorce, and there are kids involved. Pretty much, she keeps racking up credit card debt. She keeps spending that money, honey. He said, I can't keep up. He said, I can't do it. He done bailed her out 2 or 3 times.
Oh, my God.
Cards and other people's names. She got in trouble. He bailed her ass out of jail. He called me, wanted me to do a fucking background check. I said, sir, you didn't do this before you got married? What do you think?
It just keeps getting more and more like Brooke.
I am the FBI? She didn't have any priors. It was just that one thing where she got busted and he bonded her out, and it was a writing a bad check or something, forging a check or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. But this is why I'm single. This is exactly why I'm single. I hear these horror stories now. Like, I was kind of, you know, the past 4 years I've been sober, I've been kind of butthurt that I was single. I'm like, where are all the good people? And then I realized all the good ones are taken, and all the leftovers on dating apps, there's a reason they're single. And so...
But I'm going to dating app.
So, all of a sudden, though, in the past, like, 2 years... there's
Even back in the day when it was like, what was it, Plenty of Fish? I'd hear girls be like, yeah, I met this guy on Plenty of Fish and he's crazy. He was like 30 something. And this is like these girls were in high school. Like, we were in high school at the time. So I've always had a bad impression of dating apps in general. I've never downloaded one. I've never used one.
There's been this switch where all my friends are coming to me and they're like, girl, let me tell you. And I'm like, what? I thought you were happily married. And a lot of it is financial. Most of my friends' problems that are married is financial. And I would advise you guys to stick it out. I would advise you guys to reel that spending in on both sides and sit down and have serious, clear communication about the spending habits of both parties. Because let's remember,
tag body spray?
why you got into this. You loved each other. You wanted a life together. You wanted to build together, grow old together. And you married that person because you trusted them, because they respected you, because you knew that they were going to be loyal. And so I would say to come to understanding and not let this economy ruin your fucking marriage, bruh. But all of my friends that are going through it, it's for financial reasons or the lack of initiative, the lack of wanting to do better. And you know,
That would be a good book. You just flip to a random page. That one time Brooke pretended to have two friends and give them marriage advice, and she just told her own story in a weird fucking way where she was mad at herself. That was an interesting day.
I told him, the guy with the kids that's been in the marriage for like 12 years, and they might have been married longer than that, y'all, because I'm thinking about the age now. And if they got married at 18 out of high school, and he's a little bit younger than me, but she's 2 years older than him, but she's closer to my age, that would have been like 2006, bro. That would have been almost a 20-year marriage. That's wild. So that would have been like 2006, and it might have been like 2008 when they got married, but still. You giving this woman that much time?
The charge is mass communication of threats on educational property.
To just do something? Something, anything. You said go back to school if she wants to, go.
Let me go back to see the
2006, and it might have been like 2008 when they got married, but still. You giving this woman that much time to just do something? Something, anything. You said go back to school if she wants to, go get a part-time job if she wants to, you know.
Maybe I'm just missing
She cleared to the role as homemaker with the lack of ability to do so. She doesn't know how to cook. She doesn't even want to clean. If some man gave you the option, or woman, you know, there's a lot of stay-at-home dads nowadays. Kudos to you guys out here being papas.
Do you think Steve from Blue's Clues would be a stay-at-home dad? Because you have to look after the dog and the salt and pepper and stuff. Singing dance in the mailbox.
If someone gave you the opportunity and they said, I want you to be a primary caregiver to the kids while I work, I'll take care of the bills, and I'll make sure everything's financially taken care of, wouldn't you expect that your end of the bargain for this luxury, because that's what it is, it's a fucking luxury, wouldn't your end of the bargain be to simply pack this man's lunch, cook, clean?
Yeah, we're watching ones. I haven't seen these, so they're fucking wacky.
Get the kids to school, get them home, go to the PTA meetings, drop them off at soccer. Wouldn't that be like the bare minimum?
Oh wait, here's an Oh, where'd it go? Luxury
Wouldn't your end of the bargain be to simply pack this man's lunch, cook, clean, get the kids to school, get them home, go to the PTA meetings, drop them off at soccer? Wouldn't that be like the bare minimum?
Bare minimum, honey. I wonder how fast we can make it go Oh, not that fast, because it doesn't start that fast enough.
Wouldn't that be the bare minimum? I just feel like that's the bare minimum. Change the cat litter. Thank you, Ark. Change the cat litter. Bruh, you know it's bad when you roll up to somebody's house and you can smell. Y'all know, and it burns. It burns your eyes, too, that cat litter. Thank you. Yeah, change the cat litter, lady. Bag this catch. You go bag her. You go bag her. Ask her if she knows how to make a sandwich first. I'm telling you, like, that needs to be on the damn house mom application, don't it? Can you make a sandwich? What do you know how to cook? I don't know. I mean,
she does know how to make a sandwich. Yeah, $9 sandwich.
I kind of pride myself on that, so I'm grateful that I'm a good cook. I'm grateful that I can whip some shit up in the kitchen. It's a gift, and it's definitely...
She can't. We've seen it before. She puts every spice known to man and stuff. Like that Simpsons episode that I can never find a clip of. Marge enters this cooking competition. Need to win the money for something. I can't remember why. And the judge is like, oh my god, did you just put everything in here? And she's like, yeah. It's like that though. That's Brooke's cooking.
A way to bring people together. Food is a way to unite, and it's a way to give comfort, you know.
The noodle video is even worse.
I'm grateful for that. My homemaking domestic skills, I can't be mad about it, you know. I could be out here struggling eating Hot Pockets every day. Yeah, I think it is, Courtney. I think it is a luxury. I mean, well, it depends on what type of person you are. Do you want to stay home and do that, or do you don't? You know, I'm sure that it could be a curse at the same time, especially if you marry somebody who's wanting that from you, but you want to have a career. That's when it can get complicated. But I think that stay-at-home mothers should absolutely understand that there's a lot of women that would love to be a stay-at-home mother, and they never get the opportunity because of economic reasons and because of, you know, they don't have the resources that other women do, and their husband don't make as good money. And you know, there's a lot of stay-at-home moms that I see on the internet that have content creation channels that it's baffling to me, honey. I'm just like, that couldn't be my wife. Not with that house looking like that, feeding my daughter donuts. You know, absolutely not. It's just like low effort, and it's really sad. I think that if you're going to do something, you should do it, and you should be proud of it, and you should stick your chest out and be proud of it. And a lot of mothers don't really seem like they want to be active participants in their children's lives, and some of us don't get that opportunity, so it pisses me off. It sure does. I don't know. I dated a guy one time. This blew my mind. Dated a guy that had kids, and I'll never forget. I was doing some laundry. I don't remember.
This is Dave?
It was like the first couple of months
in the
of
$1 million house. I guess we'll find out.
Dating too, where I finally got comfortable around him and his kids. And so I'm just like doing what I do, honey. I'm walking through bedroom, picking up dirty clothes. I'm pulling damn sheets off the bed. I'm stuffing shit in the wash. I'm cooking dinner at the same time. I'm doing what I do, right? And I'll never forget, he looked at me and he said, do you realize you've done more in just a few days in this house than my ex-wife did in 10 years of marriage?
Is that what he said,
and I was like, what you mean? Like, I was really baffled. I was like, what the fuck you mean? She seems like a successful woman. She's raising these beautiful children. What do you mean? She's got her own business. She's da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, no, you don't understand. And I was like, apparently I don't, because I can't leave this place looking like this. I can't do it. I can't leave this house looking like this, you know? I don't know. But that was very awakening for me. But then I look at the other side of that, and she got money, honey. They ain't got to worry about shit because of the fact that she has her own. And, you know, so when she wasn't being she was never a homemaker. Due to the fact that she wasn't a homemaker, she was actually able to secure a career and financial stability in her life. You see what I'm saying? So, I see both sides. I just know who I am. I'm a homemaker. I'm domesticated. And if I'm in a situation where something needs to be cleaned up, I'm gonna fucking clean it up, okay? I don't care if it's my house or not. If you don't want me to clean it up, then don't invite me to a messy ass motherfucking house, because I can't help myself. I can't help it. We be at a house party, you're like, where's Brooke? I'm on the back porch dumping the kitty litter. Oh, Lord. Y'all just gonna sit around and drink all night and smell this shit? Sorry. You know? Not this gal. I'm going to change that litter. I did. I miss his children.
Wait, so Brooke will just change your cat litter if she comes over because she can't stand it?
Really do. That was the hardest part, and I stayed in a toxic, I don't want to say abusive, it was toxic relationship because of those children. You know what I mean? You get, yeah. I got attached, and yeah, absolutely. I miss, you know, ouch. I really miss, you know, the closeness that we had, like the family events, Christmas, birthdays, you know, stuff like that, when I could like celebrate for them and decorate the house and like go get the cake, and like, you know, that's what I miss, is doing the things that meant the most, building memories, making memories. Christmas and Thanksgiving and birthdays. I would always go all out for their birthdays, decorate the entire house elaborately, go buy them lots of gifts, and I miss that, you know, and that's what I want to be doing for my own, that I've never had the opportunity. But yet everybody will say, oh, I'm this horrible person. Where? Y'all act like I've had a mother...
Right here. And look at your record. The stabbings, the breaking the kid's arm. Like, all the time you endangered people on the road because you decided to drive high or drunk or both and have chase outs with the cops, and just like, do I need to go on? I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? There's probably other stuff that we don't even know about. This is just the stuff that's on record that I can say factually happened. The fuck you talking about?
Motherfucking opportunity. I can't be a horrible person without the opportunity. People just want to attack your character because that's the shit that they would do. That's called projecting. You know what I mean? They want to attack you and say, oh, she didn't harm my person.
What's with the thing?
I'm trying. I'm trying not to be, Kathleen. And thank you, John. I'm trying not to be. Yeah, I do miss his children, and I stayed because of the kids for about a year. For about a year, I stayed because of the kids, and it destroyed me. It destroyed me. I let myself go. I was so fucking depressed. My career was plummeting because of COVID. It was just, you know, it was kind of the catalyst to my great awakening. That whole relationship woke me up, honey. It changed my life for forever. No exaggeration. It made me take a step back and say, who the fuck am I? And what the fuck am I doing? And where the fuck am I going? And who am I going there with? And yeah. And it, you know, I chose to leave. But it was one of those things that I knew that things were not going to get better. When you don't have a clear line of communication in a relationship, and you're met with, you know, stonewall, there's no progression. There's not going to be any progression because you're met with stonewall. The person that you are trying to communicate with is refusing to communicate. They're incapable. Some people are incapable. And that sucks. To love somebody and not be able to communicate properly with them. It does. It sucks. But also, I can't be in love with anyone that's not an intellectual. It's impossible. The only way that I'll ever have a successful relationship is with someone who is also an intellectual. At least I know that, though, you know. They got to have the bit. They got to take the bit. I need to be with someone that constantly wants me to grow, learn, develop, and heal. How many people have you met in your lifetime that is their sole purpose in life, is to heal what they have been through and somehow
I thought she froze for a second.
use their pain that they've been through to implement goodness into the world. That is my sole purpose in life. That's why God put me here. I know it without a doubt. So how could I be with someone who doesn't even have the basic...
She's a bad example of that, though. Because, like, think about it like this. If Brooke was a good example of someone who is a little crazy, but she did get clean, and you can still be a little crazy, and the worst of the worst won't happen to you, but it kind of has. Like, she's in jail now, right? So I don't think Brooke is a good example of sobriety or whatever the fuck she just described more eloquently. Kind of like X-Men. X-Men the movie. Here, let's put it back. Let's see what she said. My sole purpose in life.
World. That is my sole purpose in life.
Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta put a little more back.
Your lifetime, that is their sole purpose in life, is to heal what they have been through.
Thinking about it like Professor X.
And somehow use their pain that they've been through to implement goodness into the world. That is my sole purpose in life.
Very X-Men-like.
That's why God put me here. I know it without a doubt. So how could I be with someone who doesn't even have the basic intellect to discuss things such as substance abuse, which is something I've been through? It would never work. And you know, that's why I'm in this middle ground this middle place, because it's very hard for people who have never been through something such as addiction. And I'm just using that as one topic. I've been through so many fucking things. But let's just use addiction as a...
Remember that Simple Plan song? I'm a dick. I'm a dick. I'm addicted to you. I don't know. The way she's saying addiction made me think of that.
Example.
When I was a young lad, I think I was in elementary school. Well, it'd be middle school in America.
It is my belief that it would be impossible for me to be with someone who does not understand the basics of addiction. It would be impossible for me to be with someone who doesn't understand what I've survived. Because the magnitude of that situation would not be that serious in their mind unless they understand the magnitude of the situation. It's going to be like, oh, okay, you used to do heroin. Well, you don't anymore. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, this is an onion. You don't even understand what you're saying right now. Do you even understand the risk that you would be taking to date me? No. Do you think they care? No. Do you think I care? Absolutely. That means they're incompetent. I don't want to be with anybody like that. You know? You have to have like some Shrek. Baseline of...
Yeah, Shrek said it was an onion. Donkey said it was like a parfait. Like an onion donkey.
Understanding of what the other person has been through. Otherwise, that relationship is going to fail. If you're not taking your partner's past as like for real, if you're not taking that into account, that's problematic. That's kind of like a surface level relationship. It's like, oh, I don't care what you've been through. I'm just worried about today. No, 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 no. What that person has been through will tell you exactly who that person is today and why they are the way that they are today. You got to figure out that backstory before you can start on the damn tomorrow story, honey. In my opinion. In my opinion. In my opinion. I don't know. I just remember dating that guy that had the kids, and I remember trying to talk to him about addiction and how it worked and how great this was that I was clean. And
who is this guy with kids? We need to... It isn't Dave. It's not Dave. Because Dave and her were drug addicts together and stuff, and I think Dave had kids, but his kids were grown up. Like, they weren't living together, and Brooke was shooting him with airsoft guns, and he was... Did he have a knife? Or an axe or something? Anyways, it was very toxic. So it can't be Dave. It's not Randy. I don't know who this guy is. You guys know?
I never got any respect. I never got any congrats. I never got...
Can't be imaginary. She brings it... I know she's often kind of like a little story. Everything can't be completely fake, though. I know there is some guy with kids. I'm really racking my brain trying to think.
the support that I needed. And it is my belief that I can never be with somebody who doesn't have the basic concept of what addiction is and why people are suffering in this disease. I need to be with someone who understands, plain and simple. And that goes for a lot of things in life. Like, you know, I see a lot of people get with other people that don't understand them or their circumstances or the life that they've lived. And in my opinion, that's surface level. There has to be more to a relationship than just basic fucking sexual attraction, bruh. If that's the case, I wouldn't be single right now. You know how many people come at me that way? No. That's not the people I want. I want the people that can stimulate me intellectually. That's what turns me on. Tell me you got a 401k, boy. I'm joking. But you know what I mean? Like adult, that's when you know you've reached adult, when you've become an adult. You're like, he's like, oh, I can drive us. And I'm like, oh, you got insurance? And he's like, of course. Why wouldn't I have insurance? And I'm like, oh, okay, just checking. That's when you know you've become an adult, honey. You know what I mean? You're like, he's like, oh, I got a bottle of Patron and a bag of weed. And you're like, okay, well, I hope you have a good night. 100%. I can go buy me a bottle of Patron. I can get my own fucking weed. I don't need that from you. What I want from you
What do you want from them?
is to hear you speak a little bit of fucking common sense. You know? And you might get laid. You might get laid. Stimuli me mentally. And you might get laid. How easy is that? They don't...
Stimuli me. You mean stimulate? Oh my god. Like, I feel like she's Babe Ruth in this one. Like, she's just hitting them out of the park. Like, back to back to back to back. It's kind of amazing. I don't know. I was worried that the things that I haven't seen will just be the same old. And, like, for the most part, it is. But the way that she's telling the stories today is just very unique. Like I said, Metapod Brooke. Crazy Metapod Brooke.
They don't even want to put in that effort anymore. They don't even want to put in that work. Sad. They don't even know how to hold conversations anymore. And then they wonder why they ain't getting laid. Sorry, bro. I told you the fucking code to the Rubik's Cube. You just didn't have enough damn attention span to sit there and figure it out.
The code to the Rubik's Cube.
Ain't my fault. I'd rather be single, you know what I mean? Stop lowering your standards. Everybody out here will treat...
Think about what a code to a Rubik's Cube would look like. I'm just picturing like a whole bunch of arrows pointed in different directions with, I guess, the numbers and letters corresponding to like what the fucking blocks would be. And you'd be like, what the heck is this? It's the fucking code to the Rubik's Cube. It's easy. I gave it to you. What's wrong with you?
Treat you the way that you allow them to treat you. Plain and simple.
Like, my point is, she's trying to make it sound simple, and she picked one of the most complicated fucking puzzle things. I think a majority of us can't solve a Rubik's Cube, right? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe all of us can, and I'm the one who can't. I've never solved a Rubik's Cube.
For instance, I saw a Reddit story off of Charlotte Dobray's channel. Love her. Hilarious. And it was a Reddit story of this girl who met this guy at a church camp, right? Okay, church boy, church girl. They gonna go to a damn NFL viewing at her friend's house with all of her girlfriends. So this was the first time that church boy was gonna meet church girls' church friends. The first thing that she noticed when they got to the party was that he almost basically refused to walk in the house and meet her friends. He was acting so weird. She said they had been on 6 or 7 dates prior. He had never said a sideways word to her. He had never been disrespectful. And matter of fact, he had been so chivalrous, okay? He had opened doors and been so sweet. And so she decided to invite him to a showing of...
Chivalrous. I've never heard her say the word. Is it an Animal Farm? Can I get like a PDF of Animal Farm? Animal Farm online. I just want to be able to search it in the book and then see what page the first mention. Just certain words I've never heard Brooke say since she's reading a new book. I'm just wondering if they're in the book. You know what I'm saying?
Of an NFL game at her friend's house, her church friends. These are her church friends. Let me reiterate. Church friends. First of all, he almost didn't want to walk in the house. She made him. She's like, come on, you got to meet him. And she was like, that was really weird. And she was like, that was the first red flag. She says, but then we get our food, and he goes outside with his food. Even though there was plenty of seating inside of the home, he branched out and didn't want to be near anybody. So she goes outside, and she's like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, I want to sit here. Okay, second red flag. Now he's
I don't think this
being
is going to
rude.
work.
I don't know what else to call it. He's being rude. Then the game starts.
I've had a PDF file of the whole book, but when I search things, it doesn't do it the way that I'm expecting it to. So I think it's why won't it let me do that? I need to download a Wii Acrobat or something. I'll save it for another time because my internet's not being the greatest. Tonight. Let's do a fucking speed test real quick, actually. Hold on. I'm not going to play it until I do the speed test after. Because I'm just curious. If the up speed is real crap, I'm going to have to call him tomorrow and be like, what are you doing? And I'll be like, what do you mean? What am I doing? I'll be like, I saw the thing, and then I did the no, the fucking upload speed's still fine. I'm blaming YouTube. I'm blaming YouTube right now. Because the upload speed is like over 100 megabits per second. I don't need 100 megabits per second upload speed. I was expecting it to be like, I don't know, 15, which still isn't the worst, but it's not the best. It's definitely fucking crap. Interesting. Sorry, anyways.
And they go inside of the house, and at one point, church girl says to church boy, who she's on a date with, and all of her friends.
Church boy and church girl. Can we just call them the guy and the gal? Like, I don't. It's not differentiating them at all.
They're sitting around the TV with them. She says, I think Usher's going to be playing at the halftime show. She's like, for sure. I think he'll bring out Justin Bieber. I think he's going to bring out Justin Bieber. And church guy looks at church girl and says, why don't you shut the fuck up? You always act like you know everything.
Did you gasp?
She said that she was so shocked. The whole room, she said, just stopped. All of her friends stopped moving. Everything just stopped. And she said that she talked to her friends and she told him to leave. And I think that that was the best move. I think that that was the best move, to ask him respectfully to leave. Hey, can you leave? I'm no longer interested. Absolutely. Now, some guys might say, oh, he was nervous. He was around her friend group. Listen, honey. That's past
wait. That doesn't make any sense. If you're nervous around your spouse's friend group, you're not going to act like a fucking asshole. When you might be shy or something, you should be on your best behavior. If you were nervous. Am I crazy?
There's so many red flags in this scenario that I don't even know where to begin, psychologically speaking. Let's start with the fact that he was absolutely uncomfortable with meeting her friends. That's a red flag. Okay, it's fine to be nervous about a social situation, but it's the point where you start showing agoraphobia symptoms that it becomes problematic. When he's like refusing to go in the house and saying, I'm sitting here, and he's getting all pissed. Just because you're uncomfortable with something doesn't mean that you get to disrespect other people. There's tons of people that suffer from anxiety and depression, and they don't go around cussing out people, and specifically the girl that they're on a date with.
Yeah, James is crazy. There's a stream where someone stole his backpack and he was like, I don't know, he was going to kill him. Well, he wasn't. He said that the satellites were going to, and he got some random person off the street and he's like, you gotta go tell everybody that they better find this backpack, because if they don't, I can't do anything about it. The guy's going to die. It was like an insane mental snap, and it's pretty interesting. That was like one of my favorite ones. If you haven't seen that one yet,
it sounds like he might have had some kind of mental health issues. Clearly. There's a deeper issue for these little misunderstandings, as some might call them. These are huge red flags. Huge. The fact that he interrupts her and tells her to shut the fuck up, that she thinks she knows everything, that tells me that he already has severe insecurities about power and control in the relationship, and he was trying to assert his power in front of her friends. And that's toxicity. That's toxic masculinity right there. If you want to say that something is toxic, that would be a
Don't fucking label that masculinity. What the?
show.
When she first said it, I thought she'd said that the gal said it to him. Like, when I was picturing it in my head, I imagined the girl saying it. I think it could happen either way.
Showmanship of toxic masculinity in a sense. And
Toxic masculinity would be like being mad at your son being hurt and not like taking his fall like a man or something. You know what I mean? Like that, just being an asshole. You could be an asshole under gender. I think she's wrong here.
And I'm glad she asked him to leave, because showing behavior, the scariest part is for the first 6 or 7 dates, she never saw any of these. He never acted this way. It was only when she tried to introduce him to her friends that his real side came out.
Yeah, it's just toxic.
And
yeah.
I think that would have gotten worse with time. I mean, clearly he has some deep-seated psychological issues, y'all.
I gotta grab some water. I'll be back.
I'm glad that she made the right decision in telling him to get the fuck out of her life, because it would have gotten worse. It would have gotten worse. But that was the church boy. So if the church boy's out here acting like that, Lord have mercy. Ye have little faith. Ye have little faith, okay? Ugh. I might be single till I die. Maybe he don't like Usher. Apparently not. Or Justin Bieber, because Justin Bieber is what triggered him, okay? It was Justin Bieber that, hey, Amy, Vanessa. Genuine people. Thank you, Vanessa. Genuine people are truly hard to find nowadays. They really are. They really are. And then you got people like me that see an open car door and think the worst of society, and they have to go.
It's all I drink now, except I had some vanilla Coke today. Not cocaine, just vanilla Coke, the soft drink.
Hunt everybody down in a Chinese restaurant to make sure that nobody was kidnapped. You know? Oh, God. I genuinely care too fucking much, bruh. I wish I didn't, and I know I express it the wrong way, and that's something we're going to work on this year. But, you know, I care too much to the point that it's made me angry. I'm just glad that I've also spent this time. Somehow God has pointed out certain people to me this year, like Ted Kaczynski.
The greatest things I learned this year were from fucking serial killer.
Luigi Mangoni.
Another murderer. At least Luigi Mangoni. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to advocate for murder or anything, but it was better than Ted Kaczynski.
God has put the stories in front of me that I needed to learn about this past year, and I'm grateful for that. These people have shown me how believing in certain things and then falling into isolation can lead to bigger mental health problems. And it's absolutely a miracle that I did not fall into full nihilism last year. From the bullying, the mistreatment, the way that I was asking for help and still constantly kicked down.
Oh, no, I kept it off the books because it was change. Couch change. Ha 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 ha. Wah ha ha ha. So no money was spent on the vanilla Cokes. That was the loophole.
Coming to YouTube saying, hey, you guys, I'm clean. I need help. I'm going through, PTSD, CPTSD, PMDD. I have anxiety, ADHD. I'm having health problems from my financial circumstances. I'm having health problems from living in the elements. Imagine coming to YouTube and then having 15 million people say that you're on drugs and that you don't want help.
You told everyone you're on drugs and you have a bunch of drug charges. Don't even
help, and you don't want to try, and you don't want to do the right things in life, and you're a child abuser, and you're this and you're that. It's a miracle that I did not fall into complete cynicalism.
It's weird because if you're gonna be honest and transparent and up straight with your stories, your actual stories, it's weird to like take it back when you get criticism. It just seems stupid, you know? I don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me.
And it's only because of God. And I'm grateful for the stories that he has presented in my life this year, because
what?
It's
oh, the news stories
changed my life. Everything that I've learned about, everything I'm learning about, everything that I'm doing, it's teaching me, and it's for his purpose. My life is devoted to him, and I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing. You know, at the end of the day, I have to survive, and that's what I'm doing. But my mission in life is to devote myself to his word and his purpose. It might take me 10 years. I don't know. I would hope not. But judging by the fact that I can't.
No, I don't know how to say that, but those guys are cute. I know what they look like. I just can't say their names.
Can't even volunteer my time in other countries.
So she is going to be a missionary.
Well, it was here. It was here. I can't volunteer my time here in the States because I'm a felon. I can go overseas and actually teach English and all kinds of stuff.
That's a huge concern. Is that true? Is that true? See, this is the part of like religion that I don't like. Why are they letting felons go over to other countries and push religion? What kind of felons? If Brooke has a child abuse felony, you're gonna let a child abuser go over to another country where there's probably not a fucking good police system set up, and like we have her around kids pushing religion down their throat? Nah, fuck that. So, that's my Marge Simpson noise.
In other countries, it's here.
It's a good thing Brooke's not doing that, because she doesn't have the work ethic to be a missionary.
In America.
And I don't, will they let her out of the country? She has a whole bunch of charges and stuff, so she won't be doing that for a while. Like, she's still gotta finish all the court stuff.
It's not. It's easy to avoid everything bad. The easiest way to do that.
No, apparently you can get a passport if you're a felon. I guess it just depends on the felony.
Is to dump all of your friends. That did it for me. I literally dumped everybody, and I ain't had no problems in like 10 years. People, places, and things. That's what's imperative, like getting clean. I'm not drinking any more of that.
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna go do missionary stuff, like, there should be background checks. Like, they shouldn't just be letting anyone in the missionary. Until you get bad actors. That's how bad shit happens.
That's why it's imperative, you know, when they say getting clean, people, places, and things, they all lead back to each other. They really do. They all lead back to each other. Damn, I was looking for that. I guess I've used it all. I thought I had quarters in here. Oh, I do. I knew I did. Well, I'm about to run, y'all. It's
No, exactly. She has open cases.
about to get dark.
So they're not gonna be like, you can go out of the country. That would be crazy. Nah, they're just not. They won't let her do that.
I'm about to get up to the mountain. I gotta throw some trash away. Clean out my cup. Did I clean that all the way out? No.
Missionaries do background checks. They better.
I'm gonna use these. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go to school, and then we gotta go social services. See if they can help us with paperwork for the school. And we'll get it done. I'm really excited about my classes. I'm just ready to get going. And
Do you think that's like the plan? Get a sponsorship or something. Just get out of the country and then run away. Run away like a Scooby-Doo in the night. And just never go back to America because America's the problem, maybe. She loves America, though. I don't know. That'd be crazy if that is the plan. She's been talking about it a lot in this era. Like running away to Bali. And then the Ironman competition that she did. But she did want to do it in, I think it was Berlin, right? Is Berlin in Germany? I'm not good with my European geography. I'm not good with much geography at all, to be honest. Not even Canadian geography.
get finished getting signed up and everything, you know. I really wish that more universities wanted to take the initiative like my school. My school has been phenomenal. I knew, when you know, you know. As soon as I damn got off the phone, I was...
Yeah, convictions from 30 years ago, can't get a passport. You must not have been following Jesus back then.
just like, wow. What planet are they on? Mars? Because they don't operate like normal universities, baby. The difference in a school that cares and opposed to a school that doesn't want to help you because you're homeless is astonishing. And I know you might be saying, oh, that's not true. Why wouldn't they want to help homeless people? You innocent, innocent child, you. You innocent baby.
This should be a show what a real food desert is.
You are what's good in the world. Keep that innocence to you, okay? Keep that innocence to you, because I can assure you that the majority, and yes, the majority, that means more people than not, don't like homeless people. It's unfortunate. But that's why I talk about these things, you know? So, anyways, but we'll talk tomorrow. We're going to go to school and we're going to get more paperwork, and maybe I'll...
I need to know if she missed the deadline. The Friday deadline that she had no business missing.
News for you guys tomorrow at 2. Today's just been so crazy getting all this stuff done. I mean, there's just so much. And it's like, well, I need to wash that comforter, so when am I going to do that? And then I need to do this. When am I going to do that? We'll get gas tomorrow, too. I'll see how much I have left over from this half a tank. But y'all be safe tonight. And let's see here. Ark, I hope you stay warm. Double socks. These thermal pants from Walmart are $7, and they work really good. They have them in different colors at Walmart. I would buy them a little bigger if I were you, because if you're going to get some. But please stay warm out there. And everybody have a... Congratulations, Lee. Me too. Almost 5 years. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.
All right. We should probably cap it there. I didn't mean to go for 3 hours. She's just rolling. When I think this is the next day. So, we'll pick up on this probably tomorrow. Probably. I want to play video games. We gotta do the water temple. So I want to do that, and I don't think there's anything else. Why does my brain feel like I'm forgetting to tell you guys something? No. Hope you guys are having a good week, though. It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. We're halfway through the week. The plans, yeah, I don't know. There's no other plans for tomorrow. I figured out how to octopus the computers together. So I was planning on doing an editing stream yesterday and today for that music video. But maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll feel well enough to do it tomorrow. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a bit if you want to watch Zelda. If not, then I'll see you tomorrow. Bada bing, bada boom. Sorry today was so late. I'll try to be on earlier tomorrow as well. Catch ya on the flippity flop.